Welcome in to Mountain Ridge High School for KSL Sports Rewind's coverage of Davis High football, presented by Henry Walker Homes and Mountain Ridge High School football here on the Rewind Sports Network. We've got a fantastic game for you here tonight. The Davis Darts and the Mountain Ridge Sentinels. Thank you for joining us, everyone. My name is Dane Stewart. Please be joined by Jeff Hansen. Jeff, really looking forward to this game here tonight.
Yeah, two high-powered offenses, two of the top teams in 6A, and really two of the teams that everybody in the state, we've had week 3 circled for a long time. There's going to be a lot of fun football played tonight.
A lot of fun football played tonight. And when we look at this particular game, Jeff, it may very well come down to which quarterback has the bigger night tonight between these two teams.
Yeah, and our players to watch tonight on the Mountain Ridge side, Jackson Hunt. You just expect him to come out and throw for 376 yards a game through 2 games. That's exactly what he's doing. Mountain Ridge will need Jackson Hunt to be at his best and do what Jackson Hunt does if they're going to come out on top in this game. And then on the flip side for Davis, it's Brody Scheinberg at quarterback. He had some struggles in week 1 against a really tough Corner Canyon defense. He bounced back and was great in week 2. For me, 9 yards per completion. That is the target for Brody Scheinberg. If he hits that 9 yards per completion mark, Dan, he's pushing the ball downfield. Davis is getting chunk plays. And that's going to be the name of the game for them to keep pace with this Mountain Ridge offense.
I'll be real interested to see. We've seen both of these two teams have the ability to run the football. Mountain Ridge, Foster came out in relief in that first game, ran the ball extremely well. Davis still kind of looking for that right balance in their running game. Last week they found something. They've got some depth there at that running back position between their studs, Taylor and Gallegos. How important do you expect the ground game to be in a game like this tonight where both teams like to throw the football?
Yeah, you know, I don't expect either one of these teams to come out and run the ball 20 times, but I do expect that it to be intermingled. The team that can have more success might be the team that comes out on top. But I was talking to Coach Robbins before the game. He said he's got a handshake deal with Coach Peary, that this is going to be the first game in high school history that there is no running. It's just all pass attempts every single play of offense.
And if you've watched these two offenses and you've seen these two coaches, you know that's very much in the realm of possibility.
Yeah.
They love to throw the football. They have successful quarterbacks that they've tutored as OCs and now head coaches. And I expect that we'll see the run game tonight, maybe more than people expect, but these are two offenses that are built on throwing the football.
Yeah, absolutely. The ball, they got to find their receivers. There's playmakers on either side of the ball. If the quarterback can get to those or get the ball to those receivers, then the offenses are going to go. So whichever quarterback can come out, get comfortable the quickest, I think is going to be the team that has the early edge.
We are set for our Skin Science kickoff. Here is this top 5 matchup in 6A ready to get underway. Davis in the road, gold and white, and Mountain Ridge in the home, red and white. It'll be the Sentinels to receive this opening kick. Griffin Carmack, the junior, ready to send this one away. And we are underway from Mountain Ridge High School. A short kick that's going to be fielded at the 20-yard line. And boy, a nice little shift right along the near sideline, pushed out of bounds. And it will be the Sentinels coming out with good field position here on this opening drive.
Well, that's one of the guys that he beat me to it. I didn't get a chance to highlight Jordan Klassen yet, but my goodness, watch for number 5. There's going to be a lot of things said about Titan DeYoung for good reason with this Mountain Ridge offense. But number 5, Jordan Klassen, comes in, 7 catches on the year, 130 yards. He's that other guy on offense. I don't think he's going to be the other guy for very long. He's going to be that guy. He's very good for this Mountain Ridge team.
We have a look at number 11, Jackson Hunt, the senior quarterback Jeff talked about in our open. 6'3", 210. What a start he's been off to this year for Mountain Ridge, as he'll start with an empty backfield. This is Bennett Nielsen in motion for the Sentinels, and they'll throw out a little screen here. That caught by Xander Thayer, makes a man miss. And a good pickup there by Thayer for a gain of 7.
Thayer, another dynamic playmaker for this Mountain Ridge team. Mountain Ridge has 4 receivers who have more than 100 yards receiving coming into this game. Xander Thayer takes a backseat to nobody, and he's getting off to a good start with an 8-yard gain on first down.
You see in the backfield is Bradley Foster. We talked about him, 5'10", 195. Mentioned that season opener at Skyridge ran for over 200 yards.
Man.
Little play action, settle down, first down. Is this caught by Nielsen across midfield? And that is a method heating in air first down for the Sentinels.
And Bennett Nielsen, another one of those receivers who comes in with more than 100 yards receiving on the night, moves the chains on first down.
Both of these two offenses have the ability to go tempo. You see Mountain Ridge looking to work quickly. That nearly intercepted, boy, through the hands there of Nielsen. Probably fortunate that this one fell to the turf.
Yeah, I think there were 3 hands that touched that, a pair of receivers and a Davis player, and the ball fell to the turf. Something to keep an eye on. It looked like Bridger Young for Davis. He was hobbling off after that first play. I have not seen him come back onto the field yet.
Not a player you'd want to lose if you're a Davis fan.
Yeah, he's a stud. They really need him in the middle of that defense to help keep things going.
Oh, there it is, Jeff. Handshake agreement.
Well, hey, I don't want to say Coach Robbins isn't a man of his word, but if there was a handshake agreement, it was just broken right there.
It's a gain of about 3 on the run there. This will be a 3rd and long. You know, I mean, that's the thing. You can talk about coaches, and coaches will say it too. You love the air attack, but you have to run the football. It's just a basic principle of the game.
Got to be able to at least run it enough that a defense has to respect it.
Yep. You see Hunt there just keeping that hand down, makes a late check here. He'll drop to throw. Looking deep over the middle. Had a man incomplete. Just a touch behind Titan DeYoung here as we have a look at the replay.
Yeah, and a late breaking route, late to slow developing route for Titan DeYoung, but he comes across the middle of the field and he is wide open. A Davis defender fell down. Fortunately for the Darts, that ball is just behind DeYoung. He's unable to reel it in. And that brings up 4th down for the Sentinels.
Offense staying on the field here on 4th and 7. And yeah, they may trying to maybe see if they can pick up a free 5 yards. Davis did not jump. Still on it here. And now Coach Robbins.
There was a jump there. I don't think the defender crossed the line of scrimmage, but Coach Robbins wants that flag.
Yeah, he was talking about it. And to your point, you did see a defender move. Whether he crossed over the line of scrimmage or not, I think that's, you have 2 line judges, and neither one of them threw the flag. So they have good perspectives on that play. And Mountain Ridge here going to take an early timeout. That's a delay.
Delay a game. We'll move him back. Give him a little bit more space to punt. And oh boy, Dane, I mean, you don't want to punt to this guy with a whole lot of space back there. And Bodie Sparrow for Davis. He ran a kickback last week against Fremont. He is electric when he gets the ball in his hands.
A young man who can impact the game in every element, offense, defense, and here special teams. As this kick is away. Good hang time, good coverage. Sparrow, the fair catch there at the 10-yard line.
Good opening drive for this Davis defense. Look, this is a defense that they need to find some confidence. They struggled in the second half against Corner Canyon in week 1. And in their big win last week against Fremont, I think that the Dart defense gave up more than they would have expected to in that game. This is a defense that needs to find some momentum. Yeah. An opening drive against an offense like this.
It's a great offense.
It is. It's a fantastic offense. That's a big jolt of momentum for the Darts.
This Davis High first quarter is presented by Hey Well Played. And here's our first look at Bodie Scheinberg, the junior, first year here at Davis High School. He's looking, and that ball thrown away, incomplete. As pressure starting to get through there, and that's this Mountain Ridge team. A lot of expectations on their offense coming back, but this defense is big time improved for Coach Peck.
They're really good, and Coach Peck does a tremendous job working with Coach Robbins and finding that balance between offense and defense. Of course, Coach Peck, the defensive coordinator, he loves his secondary in this defense, and Cole Uluwave is a big part of that. Look out for Uluwave on any given play. Number 6 is going to be there to make a play.
Second down play. Scheinberg, couple claps there, gives a check over to the Davis sideline. It's one of the things this Davis team, you go from having a 3-year starter to a newbie, and we have is there a clock violation? Yeah, delay game, I believe. I'm looking for a flag.
Did they get a timeout in? Oh, there's the flag up tie.
You know, in fairness, to us, you know, we had a spotter up here, but it looked like he was dancing to me. I couldn't quite figure out what he was doing.
Yeah.
And so, anyway, we'll work on the hand signals there. We'll get those down.
It's week 3 for these guys. It's week 1 for you and I, Dane. I mean, we're still working out some jitters.
Still trying to recover from the rant, Jeff. So that delay backs him up 2nd and 15 here for Scheinberg and company. 5 wide for the Darts. Over the middle, behind, incomplete. Was looking for Sam Coleman. The seniors had a good start, couldn't haul that one in.
Couldn't haul that one in. That brings up a 3rd and really long in really bad field position for Davis. This is a spot where fans are going to be frustrated if this is a cautious draw, but that's probably the right call in this position. But this is one of those scenarios that you want to find that run game if you're Davis. I don't even think we've seen a running back yet. It's been all empty so far.
This 3rd down, they'll run it. And this is Briggs Taylor, the junior, with a nice gain, gets the penalty yardage back. But that will be it, and it will bring up a 4th down here for the Darts.
Yeah, like we talked about. I mean, that's the right call. It's not the call that you play. You know, if you're on Madden, you're, of course, going for the chains. But give your punter a little bit more breathing room and live to see another day. I mean, that's the name of football. This isn't won in any one play.
Yeah.
You are playing a game. It's a game of field position. This is a good call here.
So first punt of the game for the Darts, as this one away. The wind kind of right to left on your screen. You see that ball hang up, takes a lateral bounce and down to the 39-yard line. And Mountain Ridge will come out, Jeff, having great field position here on their 2nd drive of the game.
Yeah, and you know, Coach Robbins, he is not a coach that typically likes to punt. And so when he comes out in that first drive and punts, gets the ball back, that's going to make him feel good.
Media timeout here at Mountain Ridge High School. We will step aside and be back here with the Sentinels having the ball in Davis territory after this.
So now he decides to exercise. Yes, this was the best angle.
Oh, life can get a little messy.
No way. Oh my God.
Oh my gosh.
Best day ever.
Some taps create chaos.
No.
Tap Spend gives you 1% cash back when you spend and 2.75% APY when you don't. Tap responsibly. Visit tapbank.com.
Welcome back here to Mountain Ridge High School. Dane Stewart, Jeff Hansen here with you. 2nd drive of the game, and Jeff, kind of, you know, Mountain Ridge, as impressive as they've been these first 2 weeks of the season, the starts, they've not come out of the gate finding success early. They've kind of gotten into their rhythm as the game has gone on. Short field here for this Davis D, probably a pretty important drive here for Davis defensively.
Yeah, huge drive for Davis defensively, and looking when you're starting on your 39 on the opponent 39-yard line. Mountain Ridge is going to try to find the end zone real quick here.
Little clock malfunction. We'll get that fixed for you. As run here. That one's stifled by this Davis defense. Beautiful job inside. There's nothing to go there.
Dexter Frazier in on the tackle. Great play. He's Davis's leading tackler coming into this game. For all the conversation about some of the big-time playmakers that this Davis team has, Dexter Frazier, he is that guy defensively in the middle of everything for the Darts.
We want to remind you our clock is unofficial. At times we start it early, stop it late. We do our best to keep it synced here with the official clock in the stadium. As pistol formation here for Jackson Hunt. He'll look to throw on second down. Has a man down the field, incomplete. Good looking route, but that may be just a step behind Jordan Klassen on the play.
Yeah, it looks like Jackson Hunt is just a little bit off here in the early going. Just his feet aren't quite getting set. Looks like he's being hurried just a little bit. I expect that to slow down. I mean, to your point, Dane, some of these starts, you get those pregame jitters. Jackson Hunt all year long, all season last year. As the game goes on, he gets settled and he is electric.
I will tell you too, this Davis defense is no slouch in their own right. This secondary is legit. You got to be very cautious how you attack them. as it is a 3rd and 10 here for Mountain Ridge. Empty backfield for Jackson Hunt, and movement up front. Flags coming in on the play.
And kudos to the Davis defensive line, helping the refs out, pointing out that false start. Hey, and of note, Dane, this is a big note, Bridger Young is back for Davis. He went out in that first drive. We did not see him come back, but number 3 is there on the edge for Davis. That's a big-time player. They could not afford to have him on the sideline for long.
Yeah, that's a position where they could use all the talent, right? You're going up against passing offense. They had guys they thought were coming back. Some had looked at other opportunities in some other sports, and so they need Young and these ends to step up, play big. Is 3rd and 15 now. 3-man rush. Hunt running out of time, just has to get rid of it. Boy, that is great coverage by this Davis defense. There was nowhere to go, Jeff.
Nowhere to go. Great coverage in the secondary, and really great work up front to get pressure on Hunt
with only
just 3 down linemen. That's a really, really good job. And to force a quick 3 and out here for Davis, that's a huge win for this defense.
We'll talk a little bit about this defense of Davis next time they come on the field, but that's not right now. It's a 4th and 15, and Mountain Ridge here set to punt at nearing the 8.5-minute mark of this opening quarter. Sparrow back at his own 7-yard line.
Only 8.5. We've been playing for 3.5 minutes, Dave. Feels like we've been playing forever.
We've had 3 drives.
Man, goodness.
That kick. Fair catch signal taken at the 15-yard line. And we've got a penalty flag on that far sideline. This is near the line of scrimmage.
This is either offsides territory or some sort of an illegal formation, somebody not on the line or on the line.
They're having a conversation here with this Davis sideline. So I wonder if that would be an illegal formation to your point, Jeff.
Yeah, let Coach Perry decide if he wants to take the penalty, have him re-kick it, put the
wind,
yards at the end, or
the
whatever
wind
they
is
want
right
do.
to left. If I'm him, I'm like, I think I'd take it at the 15.
Yeah, I think so. And it is an illegal formation of sorts.
Looks like they're going to put that on at the end of the play, which I didn't know. I didn't know that was maybe a rule change. That
maybe it was, yeah. You know, one thing that I learned this year, Dane, about TV games and officials, something new this year for the UHSAA, they're bringing on a 6th official for most TV games this year. Generally, a high school crew is only going to have 5 officials. But right now, we've got 6 on this crew. Little different look for the refs.
Scheinberg, first down. Able to get this out to Gallegos. Gallegos able to pick up a couple.
I mean, really great pursuit by the Mountain Ridge defense. There was a lot of space for Gallegos, and Mountain Ridge was there. They had their weak side linebacker all the way on the other side of the field to force him out of bounds, and really that's a gain of 1. Great job in pursuit for the Sentinels.
They give him just a yard on that play, and we talk about these backs for Davis, be it Briggs Taylor or Kyson Gallegos. Each of them had that ability to pop one. They averaged between 4 and 5 yards a carry, respectively. And that ground game can be effective. I like them trying to get them the ball out of the backfield and try to get that D to loosen up a little bit. They'll motion out here. Scheinberg throwing that ball, caught and hit immediately. No room to work there for Sam Coleman, as that was the stud of Mountain Ridge, Titan DeYoung, coming in with the tackle.
Titan DeYoung, that's going to be his first tackle on the season. He has not played a lot of defense for the Sentinels this year, but number 8, Scooby Talau, been a fantastic player, one of the leading tacklers for Mountain Ridge. He's out tonight, so Titan DeYoung going to get a little bit more mileage today, play both ways.
You know, it's interesting, talking with Coach Robbins this week, he said, we should probably play DeYoung more defensively. That's what he's going to play at BYU. He's like, but he's just so good offensively.
Right.
And he helps that offense settle in so much. That's been where his real impact has been. Is this one thrown to that far boundary, just beyond the reach. And incomplete will bring up a 4th down.
And that'll bring on the punt team. Both of these quarterbacks just a step slow in the early going. Yeah, and that's just one of those things that, look, you have this highly anticipated game. I think there's some jitters. I think that's what it is, and that's okay. This is high school football. You expect some jitters. as these quarterbacks, maybe they got to get hit once, whatever it is, as they settle in, these offenses are going to start to click.
Well, don't tell that to the coach. They don't want their quarterbacks to get hit, Jeff. Gee. Angled punt here. And this takes a Davis bounce near the boundary. Beautiful kick as that stays in, gets a couple extra yards. That's a fantastic kick there for Davis.
Could not have worked out better. Sam Coleman, great punt. Gets the roll, the angled punt away from everybody. That worked out well.
Dexter Frazier went a little slip and slide there at the end, trying to keep that ball in play for a little bit of excess there. As Mountain Ridge here will come out starting at their own 29-yard line.
Now, it's a 0-0 game, Dan, so, you know, I say this with, maybe you take it with a grain of salt. I don't know, whatever. This is the third possession starting at their own 29-yard line. This is the worst field possession that Mountain Ridge has had so far. So Davis has done a great job of keeping Mountain Ridge off the scoreboard, and now they have a little bit more field to work with.
Yep. Hunt, quick drop, throws to the sideline, caught. There you go. How about this throw from Hunt?
Jordan Clausen on the other end, and there it is from Jackson Hunt. When he's on time, he can make any throw on the field, and he connects with a big-time receiver there.
You love that anticipation. Hunt knowing right where that route was going to be, looking over the middle. Contact made there immediately as this ball was caught by Foster. Not much there.
Yeah, caught by Foster, immediately met by Austin Yates for Davis. And he's there to clean that up quickly and keep Foster in check right after the catch.
Tight formation here for the Sentinels on second down. Little play action into the flat. Turn it upfield and out of bounds. Marshall West, the sophomore, with the reception. He'll be close. He'll have that method heating in air first down for Mountain Ridge.
And here you see Jackson Hunt getting the ball out quick, finding his receivers in stride. Doesn't matter if it's the wide out or if it's a tailback out of the backfield. When he finds guys on time, this Mountain Ridge offense is tough to stop.
Motion. They'll go with Foster. Bounce off one tackler, able to surge ahead and pick up a nice gain of about 4 after it looked like that run didn't have a lot of room to go.
Yeah, really a great job by Foster to bounce off of that tackle. The tackle attempt by Yates, he meets him right in the gap, but Foster just absorbs that contact, bounces right off, is able to pick up a couple.
Six and a half to go here in this opening quarter. Mountain Ridge starting to find a little bit of rhythm here in this offense. Hunt wanted to go right back that time to West, just a step in front of him.
And we've seen Mountain Ridge, this 40-yard line, the Davis 40-yard line has been kind of where things have started to break down for Mountain Ridge so far. Here's an important third down for this offense to kind of shake that a little bit and keep the momentum rolling.
It's a 3rd and 7. Pressure coming on Hunt, gets it away, caught. Slipping through a tackle, here's West inside the 20. And there's the big play and a big third down conversion here for the Sentinels.
Great job by Jackson Hunt to feel that pressure, get out of the pocket, and find his guy in West. I said there were 4 guys with 100 yards receiving coming into the game. After that catch, West is going to also join that club. Mountain Ridge has 5 guys with 100 yards receiving here 6 minutes into their 3rd game of the season.
Screen set up, Foster, he's got a lot of room, down to the 5-yard line, and it's 1st and goal for Mountain Ridge.
Great job by Foster to let that screen get set up, and he moves the chains again. Now here's where Mountain Ridge, they got to slow down. So far, everything they've done, they've got away from that safety, Bodie Sparrow. They're not giving him a chance to make any plays. As things tighten up in the red zone, you know that Sparrow's going to be ball hawking back there.
Foster in the backfield. They'll give, looking left side, lowers the pads. Touchdown, Mountain Ridge.
Great run by Foster. He gets the ball with a full head of steam. He lowers his shoulder, invites the contact, and just barrels his way into the end zone. That's an element to this Mountain Ridge offense that coming into the season we did not know if they would have. If they have Foster, Bradley Foster, and he's able to power run inside the red zone like that, good luck to the rest of the state.
Our first TJ Olson Insurance Mountain Ridge touchdown of the game. As with 5:21 to go, the point after is up. It's good. It's 7-0 Mountain Ridge taking the lead thanks to the 5-yard touchdown run from Bradley Foster.
Oh, hold up, sweetie. Hospital bills from the accident piled up and insurance company just won't pay for it. Bike's gotta go.
After a car wreck, the insurance company wants you to settle fast for less than you deserve. Don't let them.
Before you talk to the insurance company, talk to us.
Craig Swap & Associates fights to make sure you don't leave money on the table. One call, that's all.
801-444-4444.
Nobody in Utah has more Toyota trucks than Orem Toyota. With multiple Toyota locations, we simply carry more trucks than anyone. And every single one comes with one simple promise. The price you see online is the price you pay. That's our full offering price with every dealer add-on and a $499 dock fee included. You only add tax, title, and registration. No games, no gimmicks, and no surprises. Orem Toyota, you lead the way. Shop every truck online today at oremtoyota.com.
Welcome back. We want to take a moment and thank our sponsors here of Mountain Ridge Football. Method Heating and Air. Method Air Heating and Cooling in Harriman is Harriman's hometown heating and cooling company with an owner that resides right here in Harriman and 20 plus years serving our community. Method prides itself on investing in the communities they are a part of. When we visit your home, we care for it as if it were our own. Go Sentinels, and thanks to Method Air Heating and Cooling for their sponsorship of Mountain Ridge Football. I got a lot of mountains in my head right now. The Jeff Rant, Mountain Ridge, Method Air, we'll get it right, my apologies, but that's one to remember right there. That read smooth,
That's a good one. That was a good one. Those week one jitters, Dan. We're going to work through those.
There's a little of that. As this Skin Science kickoff into the end zone for the touchback. And now Davis will come out starting at their own 20-yard line. Jeff, you talked about Brody Scheinberg. Kid has all the talent in the world. New school, new players, new offense. Coming out here trailing 7-0, be real interesting to see how he comes out this drive.
Yeah, this is a huge drive for Scheinberg. Look, in context of the game, it's 7-0 in the first quarter. There's a ton of game. But in context of his confidence, he's got to find a way to move the chains and start to believe that, yeah, he can move the ball against this tough Mountain Ridge defense.
Quick throw. Boy, you like to see that. Good pass caught by Cooper Rigby, one of those tight ends for Davis. Gonna be, he'll have the first down. That'll be it.
I love that play design by Coach Perry. A little slip screen. Looks like everything's going to Sparrow, and nope, slip screen up the field.
And it's a great way to get your confidence as a quarterback, right? Like, hey, get in your drop, get the ball out quickly, short throw, get some confidence going. They'll run it. Taylor looking to get wide. Able to pick up 5 yards on the carry. Nice take there by Briggs Taylor.
And that's an important development for Davis. If they can get 4 or 5 yards of carry from Briggs Taylor, from Kyson Gallegos, all of a sudden it frees things up in this passing game.
We talked about tempo. You see Davis starting to get into it right here. A lot easier to do that when you're starting to find success through the air, on the ground. As they're to the line of scrimmage quickly here. Second down. Scheinberg over the middle. Intercepted. What a play by this Mountain Ridge defense. A little tip drill to get the Sentinels the football back.
Easton Stubbs, he plays the tip drill here. You watch this, that's a pretty good throw in coverage, but a tough play for Sparrow. Ball's behind him, and there's a whole lot of red shirts as that ball's bouncing around in the air, and it's Stubbs. Keeps the concentration, he's able to force the turnover. Exactly what Mountain Ridge wants. They found some momentum offensively. Now they can keep that momentum, keep things rolling, and try to get Davis on their heels early.
Boy, and that's the tricky part about being a quarterback, right? Like you make an early throw, you have an opportunity right there, the tip drill doesn't go your way, and now you're on the sideline, right, and have to regroup and hope your defense can make a play here as you see Foster take this run ahead for a gain of 7 on that carry.
And this is what we saw from Foster in week 1 against Skyridge, that all of a sudden he breaks one tackle, he gets into the end zone here, he moves the chains once. It doesn't take much for him and for this offensive line to start feeling themselves a little bit. They start gaining confidence, and all of a sudden this rushing game is going downhill, and they're gaining chunk yards on the ground.
And now you got a 2nd and short. Playbook wide open here for a coaching staff that loves to be aggressive offensively. Hunt will hand off. Foster near side has the first down across the 50 to the 41-yard line. Nice carry there by Bradley Foster.
Now, with the way that he's playing, and you look at the strength of the Davis defense, the strength is in that secondary. This is the kind of game that if Foster can find that early momentum, we could see a lot of Bradley Foster throughout 4 quarters.
We mentioned Foster came in week 1. It was Kinney, the senior, who went down with an injury at Skyridge. And boy, it's been Foster who's been great ever since that point. As they'll look underneath here, caught by West, first down again. This one sponsored again by Method Heating and Air. Is Mountain Ridge, here is that rhythm offensively, Jeff.
Yeah, and you're going to start to see a little bit more tempo as Coach Robbins looks to capitalize on that momentum. Boy, what a first quarter for Marshall West. Between West and Foster, you only need to look for 26 and 24. They're making all the plays for this Mountain Ridge offense.
Clock inside of 3 minutes. Little malfunction. We'll get that remedied for you. They'll stay on the ground. Foster looking left side. Boy, he's just a load of steam, isn't he, Jeff?
He just keeps those legs moving. Look, he's not going to be the tallest guy on the field. He's only 5'10", but he's built well, and he can just take contact, keep those legs churning. You got to have more than one white shirt on him if you're going to bring Foster down tonight.
Well, and you already see his carry starting to add up, right? Like getting hits on guys, 2nd, 3rd tacklers having to come in to help bring him down just in the first quarter. You love that sign if you're a Sentinel fan.
Absolutely. When they find this ground game, it opens everything else up.
2nd and 5. West again with the reception inside the 20 to the 12-yard line. First down.
And there it is. It's the West and Foster show today. That sounds like an old Western company. West and Foster. I like that name. And you look at the way that they're playing. Keep going to West and Foster.
Here's another Method Air, heating and cooling. First down for the Sentinels inside the red zone. Looking to tack another touchdown on here in this opening quarter. Inside the 2-minute mark. Nielsen across the formation, and penalty flags coming down here.
West and Foster, Dan. That's we're going to call that a little foreshadowing. There's a lot of lot of Old West history out here in the Mountain Ridge territory. And look, I may have got a little bit bored during the week. I may have dug deep into some old Western stuff. We might have some things to talk about later.
I was going to say, for those of you watching, listening, come join Jeff and myself on the Friday night tailgate.
Absolutely.
On KSLSports.com, on 1280 The Zone, 97.5. Maybe we'll have a little Weston Foster show there as well, eh?
I like it.
I'd say there's a pretty good chance. Here's a first and long after that penalty.
God.
As Foster here trying to bounce outside. And able to pick up about 9 yards on the carry.
Great vision by Foster to make the read and get the cut to the corner. He's just a load to bring down.
$1:11 to go here in this opening quarter. 2nd and 6. Play action, wide open! Touchdown, Mountain Ridge. It was West finishing off after Foster set up with a great run.
West and Foster, the old West Saloon, they just keep finding ways to make plays and get into the end zone. Look, you're going to have to find a way to stop Marshall West. Great job on that quick little slip route. He's wide open. Hunt finds him, delivers it quick and on target. And West, man, I could not be more impressed with what he has done here in this first quarter. He has been everywhere for Mountain Ridge.
The point after, up and good. 14-0 the lead, Mountain Ridge. Thanks to Jackson Hunt finding Marshall West on the TJ Olson Insurance Mountain Ridge touchdown. And they lead Davis 14-0.
And a fantastic job by the Sentinel offense. They take advantage of that turnover and they keep the momentum. And now it's 14-0. And this Davis offense has struggled. They're coming off of a turnover. This is the boa constrictor field. Right now, Mountain Ridge, they're all wrapped up around Davis and they're starting to squeeze tight. This is an important drive for Davis. If nothing else, they got to find some momentum, start to move the ball, get Bodie Sparrow and Jaxie Tyhow involved somehow so that they can feel a little bit more confident. This game is far from over, but they've got to find a way to build some momentum.
As we come out for this Skin Science kickoff, we want to thank some of our sponsors of Davis High Football here on KSL Sports Rewind, including Henry Walker Homes, your game sponsor. Build with us today at Henry Walker Homes. And of course, this first quarter down inside the final minute, sponsored by Hey Well Played, books and games to improve family connection. Visit us at Hey Well Played. This kickoff deep into the end zone for the touchback. And it will be Davis starting at their own 20-yard line.
You know, when you've got a return game like Davis has with Coleman and Sparrow, what a weapon it is to have a kicker that can just get it into the end zone. Take them out of it entirely.
Well, and some of that helps. You've got a little bit of a breeze at your back, right? So it gives a few extra yards. I mean, guys like Moose Bingham will never admit it, but it's true.
It helps, yeah.
It's there.
Yeah. Hey, and look, as much as guff we give Moose, he could get the ball into the end zone.
Nice quick toss here. Gallegos. He's got an impressive first down run. How about that run by Kyson Gallegos on the toss?
I love that play call on the toss. Little reverse action, fake reverse. Gallegos gets it. He hits the corner with a full head of steam, moves the chains. If I know Coach Peary like I think I do, he's going to look to try and find that momentum as well, get another play or two here in before the clock winds down.
Inside 30 seconds in this opening quarter. First down here for the Darts. Motion there by Gallegos. Empty backfield, and we're going to have a penalty here, as this will be a false start. And, you know, that's been the thing. Davis, a couple times, they've just shot themselves in the foot. We've seen a few penalties and untimely penalties as well that have really kind of stymied them whenever they've tried to build momentum here in this opening quarter.
Yeah, they've got to find a way to get out of their own way. And those penalties are tough, especially those pre-snap penalties. You saw big number 55, Crew Plyer. He's a senior leader on this offensive line, just begging his guys, hey, hold your water so that we can find something offensively.
They got to hurry this play clock, down to 10. They'll go 5 wide.
They'll take it to the quarter.
Yep. Yeah, I had missed that, so that is the end of the first quarter. Mountain Ridge leading Davis 14-0 here on KSL Sports Rewind. We're watching live on KSLSports.com. We'll be back after this.
Come on over here, get closer. Let me show you these trailers we got. Big dump, small dump, get the gooseneck. Loaded up with an ATV trailer. Flatbed, aluminum. Tilt trailers. Come check out these trailers.
Where life grows, home begins. Bank of Utah.
It's in the thrill of starting strong, making gains. It's the real connections in between. It's in the satisfaction of being on the move. That brilliant feeling of getting somewhere.
Welcome back as we get ready to start this second quarter of Davis High football, sponsored by Young Power Sports. Built to go, priced to move. Come visit us at Young Powered Sports. Dane Stewart, Jeff Hansen here with you. 14-0, the advantage for Mountain Ridge as Davis looking at a 1st and 15 to start this second quarter, Jeff.
Yeah, got to start to find momentum offensively, and it starts right here.
They'll throw near side. That hauled in by Coleman. Coleman trying to get the edge. A nice tackle coming up there to make the stop by Knox Cunningham.
You really have to be impressed with the way that this Mountain Ridge defense is just stringing plays out. It seems like everywhere you go, there's a red shirt forcing you to the sideline and not letting Davis get downfield.
Well, I was talking with Coach Peary and asked him about this Mountain Ridge team. He said, they got dudes at every position, right?
Yeah.
And some of them are very young. Cunningham, he's listed as just a freshman. But yet he did not look like a freshman on that play. He's a very talented team. His quick throw caught by Sparrow, gets the foot down. That's a heck of a grab by Bodie. They'll get gain of about 3, maybe 4 there. Set up a 3rd and long here for the Darts.
Well, and a good job getting Bodie involved. When you have a player like Sparrow, I mean, obviously he's going to be the focal point for the defensive game plan for Mountain Ridge, and Coach Peck certainly planning try to find a way to get a double coverage on Bodie. But if you're Davis, you got to find a way to get him involved.
You do.
He's going to be your best player, maybe the best player on the field. If it's quick out routes like that take away the bracket coverage, whatever it is, get the ball into Two's hands.
I think you can also look at 88, Jackson Ita Ihau. Not really seen them look his way yet, but boy, he's a threat. Scheinberg under pressure, looking over the middle, a big hit put on. Oh man. That was Kyler Christiansen, one of the senior captains, coming up and laying a pop to knock that ball loose and incomplete.
He timed that perfectly, got there right as the ball did, and he levels a big hit to jar that ball loose. Great play by Christiansen.
So Davis now will have to punt. This will be Cooper Rigby set to kick this away. As Jordan Klassen back to receive. Kick away. My apologies. This is Sam Coleman, their punter. Misread that. As this just kind of sticks at the 30-yard line. And that's where Mountain Ridge will come out.
Yeah, Davis has got to find something offensively. There's just too many weapons. And you got to give Mountain Ridge all the credit. They're taking them away.
But I think some of that is has every Davis drive had a penalty? And while it hasn't been like 10, 15-yarders, it's been just enough. It's like you're still trying to find your rhythm and your fit. You can't give up 5 yards, right?
Yeah,
because it's
tough.
Just tough to overcome that against a defense as talented as Mountain Ridge is.
Yeah, it is. It's really tough. And then you turn around on the other side of the ball, and this Mountain Ridge offense, they're just getting more and more confident. I'm watching this offensive line. They're coming out with some swagger. I mean, they're feeling themselves a little bit. I expect a really good performance from the Mountain Ridge O-line right now.
They'll stay on the ground. Foster looking right side.
Boy, he's a bowling
Yards
ball,
after contact, huh?
Holy cow. I think there were 5 Davis white shirts in on the tackle, and he just kept those legs moving.
Yeah, great job there by Bradley Foster. And there's a lot of defenders who are like, yeah, exactly. Second down. Hunt, good time. Coming back underneath, and that's a great read put on there by Dexter Frazier. Stayed home defensively, made the tackle, wrapped up, brought him down.
Yeah, did a fantastic job of not biting for the fakes, not chasing Hunt as he drifted out of the pocket. Stayed home, stayed on his guy, was able to meet him right as he made the catch.
How about the patience of Hunt on that play? You're not forcing anything. Take what you have, right? Get ready for a third down.
Get to 3rd and 5.
Oh, no flag. That one was close.
That one was close. I like no flag. I hate that call. It's a high school call here in the state of Utah, that defensive false start. I don't like it. So I like no flag there.
Hunt looking to get through the pocket. Throws for his receiver. Caught. What a reception made by the man. Titan DeYoung. How about this grab for the senior?
Look at the way that Jackson Hunt just navigates the pocket, feels the pressure, steps up. We're giving him credit for a broken tackle.
Boy, they're right back to this. Thrown out quickly. Made one defender miss. Clausen. He'll pick up about 5 on the play.
And Clausen, he got a little loose with the football. Was fortunate there. It bounced out of bounds. But that ball, Davis got to it. Had a chance at a turnover. Got out of bounds too quick.
Boy, they were quick on that Method Air heating and cooling first down.
Yeah, they were.
I thought we had time for that replay. No, we did not. They had other ideas as 2nd down and 6 here for the Sentinels. They'll go on the ground. Foster. Ooh, I thought he was going to bounce off that tackle of Austin Yates.
And a good job by Yates to hold on for the ride a little bit and then bring Foster down. Man, he just gets to his top speed so quick, doesn't he?
Yes, he does. This will set up another Method Air heating and cooling first down for Mountain Ridge. Pistol formation. Hunt looking deep, inadvertent contact, and it is incomplete. Bodie Sparrow thought he had a pick. He had a teammate behind him in Cooper Rigby, and a missed opportunity there for the Darts.
Just not something you see every day from Bodie. He's going to want that one back. I was talking to him before the game. He said, hey, I don't have a turnover yet this year. I need one. Well, there it was. It was right there in his hands.
Boy, and that's one where, look, and he's always going to go for that play, and you 100%. Want him to go for that play. If he misses that ball, he's got a guy right behind him who's got it, right? You've got 2 Davis defenders in great position, could not bring it in, and now it's 2nd down. Nowhere to go. Read beautifully by this Davis defense. I think it was Ben Dorius first on the spot there for the Darts.
And a good job by Thayer to secure the carry. He bobbled that on the little toss. I'm watching Bodie Sparrow. Those kind of plays seem to motivate that kid. Like he's not going to let that one go again.
It's a 3rd and 12 here, and if you're Bodie, you got to be even more frustrated because they haven't gone his direction very much tonight. So you have the opportunity. You don't know how many of those you're going to get in this secondary tonight. As Hunt looking under pressure, tried to throw it away, intercepted. A miscue by Jackson Hunt, forced by this Davis defense. It's Porter Hunt on the hunt, leading to the turnover here for the Darts.
Yeah, and just a mistake, a rare mistake from Jackson Hunt. He feels that pressure. You got to just let that ball, or take that ball, eat it, take the sack. Instead, he throws it up, and there is Porter Hunt on the other end with the lead blocker. Mountain Ridge did a good job bringing him down. But maybe that's the shot of momentum that Davis needs.
Scheinberg gonna hand off. Nice hole on that left side. Has got about 9 yards on the carry here by Taylor.
A rush to the left side.
Give him 8. Nice carry there for Taylor.
Yeah, great carry by Taylor. Good burst. Number 50, Mason Bush on the seal, really opened up that corner. There is maybe not a player in the state of Utah, Dane, who saw his recruiting profile take off more than Mason Bush did this offseason. Had a great spring circuit. Now he is a bona fide prospect.
They'll stay on the ground. Looking right side here. And Taylor able to take it ahead for the first down.
Just like we all predicted, Davis finding success on the ground. That's exactly how we expected this to go, and that's exactly what we talked about all week long. We didn't say that they would not run the ball at all, right? That wasn't us.
No. Must be some other guy.
Somebody else.
Scheinberg getting in on the ground game as he keeps this, takes it ahead for a gain of 5.
You know, I really like that move. That was an element that Davis had a year ago with Trayton Bessinger. Look, nobody was going to accuse him of being a Taysom Hill type mobile quarterback, but he could move. He wasn't a statue, and he had that in his game, and Brody Scheinberg does too, and maybe that gets him comfortable.
Looking deep for Itaihoe to the end zone and out of play, but what a grab. We got to take another look at this one. It won't count, but how about the effort by Jackson Itaihoe?
My goodness, what a throw by Scheinberg with the wind at his back, and Jackson Itaihoe, he does come down out of bounds. His ability to just find the football whenever it's in the air is special. Utah is getting a very special player in number 88. He can do a little bit of everything. This is his first game that he's been really 100%. He's been dealing with a little bit of a hamstring issue. It's kind of kept him limited. He's more full go tonight than he's been in a couple of weeks. And boy, what a special player.
Third down, they'll give to Gallegos. He won't have much room at all. And there's DeYoung coming in with the stop for Mountain Ridge.
Well, we highlight a Utah player in Itaihoe. The very next play, it's a future BYU guy in Titan DeYoung. Makes that read quick from that linebacker spot, and he just beats the guy to the gap, and he's there for a huge play.
Offense staying on the field here for the Darts. 4th and 5. Scheinberg looking, has a man right near the sticks and leaning forward. How about the second effort there by Cooper Rigby, and Davis.
Are they conferring?
Gonna be awfully close, Jeff.
Coach Perry's in the mix, making his case for saying, hey, look at where the spot is. And he wins the argument.
It'll be a first down for the Darts, a huge 4th down conversion for this Davis offense.
Yeah, huge. Great job by Scheinberg to step up and find his guy. And Cooper Rigby on the second effort just gets enough to move the chains. Great job by Davis.
So the drive stays alive. Little screen. Right side, Gallegos.
Oh, and a flag comes in. I wonder if in the ballpark a face mask or horse collar. Looked like it came in on the tackle.
We talk about some of those early Davis penalties. We really haven't seen a lot of Mountain Ridge penalties tonight, but this one going to be costly. It is a face mask, Jeff. That'll be a first down here for the Darts, down to the 12-yard line.
And, you know, this is the spot of the field that I'm glad to see Davis have that ground game going a little bit, because this is where things start to get tight. When you have a young quarterback in a passing game that hasn't found a ton of momentum yet, this is where it gets tough.
Rolling snap over the middle, incomplete. Well, that's a tight window to make that throw, and Sam Coleman couldn't get up to it.
I'm glad to see Sam Coleman get up.
Yeah.
That's one of those balls over the middle that you kind of just wince. If you're a parent in the stands, you just turn your head. That's a tough play. Good to see Coleman bounce back.
I think they both kind of avoided contact there late.
Yeah.
But it's one of those where they both had to be very cognizant of where the opposing player was to make sure that wasn't worse than it was. It could have been a lot worse. Second down. They'll give, nowhere to go. Great job crashing in from that outside edge position, as it was, I believe it was Ryder Whitaker.
You know,
sophomore coming in.
I'm not generally, Dane, an end zone fade kind of guy, but I think that Davis, you got to find a way to get Bodie Sparrow one-on-one. Spread guys out, put them in motion, whatever you do, and then let his athleticism go up and try to make a play. Number 14, Knox Cunningham, is a fantastic cornerback, and he's got a big assignment here in the red zone.
They've got Cooper Rigby lined up inside of Bodie Sparrow. They'll look for Bodie. That's caught to the 5-yard line, trying to spin through, gets to the 3.
You got to go, right? 4th, and I guess they can still get a first down here.
They could. They got less than a yard to go. It's a half yard to the line. And we got a timeout here going to be taken by Davis.
Looks to be our
This Davis timeout sponsored by Black Flag.
And folks, the University of Utah Impact.
I want to thank Black Flag for their sponsorship, hydration, energy, power. Check out Black Flag for your hydration needs. We'll step aside, be back here after this Davis timeout on KSL Sports Rewind.
Hi, I'm Mila. This is my story. I learn anywhere with Utah Online School. I live in Utah, and sometimes I live in Washington, D.C. I go to museums, monuments, and learn history. They are my classroom.
Utah Online School surrounds students with a team that helps them strive, grow, and compete at their highest level.
I can learn anywhere.
Utah Online School, built for focus, powered by support. Visit utahonline.org today.
Everyone knows that having a good credit history makes it easier to save money and get approved for the things in life you need, like credit cards, auto loans, home loans, and a lot more. But here's the problem. Building your credit history takes time. That's why UCCU created Credit Builder, an innovative loan program designed to help you build your credit history and raise your credit score. Visit uccu.com to start building or rebuilding your credit today. UCCU. Love where you bank.
Your whole life, you woke up before the sun, worked hard, so your family could have the things they want. Everything was going great, until one night when you were hit by a drunk driver. Now you're out of work, bills are piling up, and you're worried about your family. As Utah's original personal injury law firm, our team at Robert J. DeBry will get you the settlement you deserve. Not sure you have a case? Dial the number with all the 8s.
4th down for Davis. Trailing 14-0, 4th and half a yard to go. Dart's trying to keep this drive alive. It's been their best drive of the game.
It's getting loud. Mountain Ridge student section. They're trying to do their job a little bit. The music's loud.
They're all standing.
They're all standing up. I'm a big student section guy. This is where they should take over. Here they go.
Here we go. Under center. Looking for the hard count. Won't get it. And they've got to take another Black Flag timeout here. That
I think
play clock was winding down.
Coach Perry saying, hey, the clock didn't reset.
Yeah. Meanwhile, the Mountain Ridge sideline, you can imagine what they're saying.
Yeah. So we're going to get some refs reffing, our favorite thing.
Where's the bingo board, Jeff?
Well, the bingo board, it'll be there tomorrow. I've got some new squares this week.
Sweet.
Spent some time filling it out. I've got some puns. We like puns.
Love puns.
I've got some other things that we could use a little imagination if we're going to fill those out.
Fantastic.
And bad news for you and me, Dane. I do have Vince's square, and we don't know what that means. It can mean anything.
So they did say they'll reset the play clock. They give to Bodie and nowhere to go. That one absolutely stuck by this Mountain Ridge defense as they stymie him on 4th and short.
And just a great push. The entire defensive line just won their rep. And after the fake hard count where the play clock was running out, they got to see that motion, that Bodie Sparrow motion. I don't know if that was the same play call, if there was a wrinkle, I don't know, but it looked like Mountain Ridge was sitting on that play.
So the Sentinels here will take over at their own 5-yard line after making that stop. It was a really good drive for Davis.
Absolutely it was.
Couldn't come away with points. Hunt will hand off here on first down.
A lot of green.
Foster to his left side, close to that first down. Pick up about 9.
You know, he's such a powerful runner that you kind of forget that he can move pretty quick. He gets to that corner in a hurry, and because he runs with that low center of gravity, he's just so tough to bring down, but he's also fast.
Yeah.
Yep.
Down in the stands, kind of came out of it. And this will be a penalty assessed here to Mountain Ridge.
Dane, I made a decision today when I left my house.
Yeah?
I looked around, I felt the wind, I saw the clouds. I said, it's not going to rain. I'm not bringing rain stuff at all.
Okay.
I'm going with confidence. And so far, I think I am to credit for this weather that we're having.
You made a good choice, Jeff. Mountain Ridge staying on the ground here. They'll pick up about 3 on that second down carry. You know, there's been a consistent breeze.
Yep.
There are some clouds behind us, but I don't think they look angry. So we're keeping our fingers crossed that we'll be okay tonight.
I ran into some rain on the way down here coming through the Salt Lake Valley. I thought, uh-oh, maybe my confidence was misplaced. But no.
Why would you doubt yourself, Jeff?
I shouldn't. I shouldn't ever doubt myself. It's what my mom tells me all the time.
3rd and short. Foster has the first down. How about the patience on this run by Bradley Foster?
Yeah, his ability to just sit back and let those holes develop has done wonders for this Mountain Ridge offense. You look at the clock, you got just under 3 minutes to go in the half. Mountain Ridge, that's a huge first down for them just in terms of get this clock to the half.
Another Method Air Heating and Cooling Mountain Ridge first down. 2:45 to go here in this opening half. Hunt, looking, trying to buy some extra time for DeYoung. Incomplete.
You know, I thought he was just throwing that ball away. I didn't realize it was number 1 on the other end of that. There's no such thing as a throwaway.
No, there's not.
He can make any catch on the field.
That was Porter Hunt there in coverage. Did a really nice job sticking with Titan. Really didn't allow him any room either on the underneath route or as he tried to turn it upfield.
Yep, really great coverage. Dan, we got to give a quick shout out. Started our pregame with a little smoothie from the Harriman Roxbury. This isn't a sponsorship. This is just a great smoothie.
It's been quite refreshing, actually. Little pump fake, throwback screen. Here's Thayer looking for room in the open field. Xander Thayer up near midfield and brought down. Big play for the Sentinels.
And look for Mountain Ridge to get on the ball quick and start to move with some tempo after the big play.
We'll see this screen at least get set up. Executed very well. To your point, Jeff, they're right back on it. Quick throw. Caught by Thayer. He's got room in front again as he takes this down to the 34-yard line. And it's another Method Air Heating and Cooling first down.
Xander Thayer, that important third receiver for Coach Robbins. His ability to get to his top speed after he brings in the catch is special.
Back on the ball again. Quick throw. Looking out for Clausen. Makes a man miss. Down the sideline and stepped out of bounds at the 20-yard line.
Just able to get enough to knock him out of bounds. Or Clausen was on the run going to the house. But they got to reset the chains. Ball goes out of bounds. Let Davis defense, let them catch their breath a little bit.
First down. They're keeping it spread. 2-by-2 formation. They'll go on the ground. Foster looking left side. Not a lot of room there as it was Mason Bush coming in to make the stop.
Yeah, and a really good play by Mason Bush to get off his block and fit into that gap and bring Foster down. That's been tough to do tonight.
Yep.
Number 50 on the big tackle there.
Second down. Hunt here being patient. He'll come up. Make the call for his O-line. We'll give to Foster. Looking left side. Bradley Foster through the hole inside the 5. Shedding tacklers. Touchdown, Mountain Ridge.
Bradley Foster, he keeps it rolling. He gets downhill in a hurry on this play, finds his gap, and he just makes guys miss. He had Bodie Sparrow one-on-one. Bodie coming down from that safety spot. And Bradley Foster, just such a low center of gravity, puts his shoulder down just enough, bounces off the tackle and into the end zone. Leaves Davis with just 1:14 on the clock here in the stadium. That's a big touchdown drive for Mountain Ridge.
What a response on a drive that started back on their 5-yard line after that 4th down stop. This kick up, it's good. It is 21-0. Sentinels with the lead on another Bradley Foster touchdown run sponsored by TJ Olson Insurance. Jeff, I want to mention one thing about that drive. I was talking earlier this week with Coach Robbins, and he said, talking about Jackson Hunt, he said he's the smartest player that Nick has ever coached. He knows protections, coverages. Coach Robbins told me Jackson calls the plays in the 2-minute drill. And you think about how fast they went down the field, that's quarterback. And even that play right there, he's making a late call out to his old line. And rather than him taking the ball, it's, hey, I got a big back, hard to bring down, give him the ball, and it's Foster on a 20-yard touchdown run. I love the maturation shown by Jackson Hunt and his familiarity and knowledge of this offense for Mountain Ridge.
Yeah, I mean, he executed that 2-minute drive to perfection. And it says a lot about the way that Coach Robbins coaches, that he allows his quarterback to have that kind of trust, that he trusts him enough to go and make calls in real time and trusts him to not be a selfish quarterback, not try to make it all about him or his big-time wideouts, to say, no, the team needs to score, the team is first, and I'm going to do whatever looks right when I look at the defense. That's great. That's a great relationship and a ton of trust between coach and quarterback.
We mentioned this game, really both these two schools, Davis and Mountain Ridge, proud partners here on the Rewind Sports Network. Want to thank some of our other sponsors here of Davis High football, including Gidgee Pip as the official hat of Davis High football. They got some great gear, folks. Go check them out. Gidgee Pip. Want to also thank Prospects, accounting, sales, finance, marketing, HR. They sponsor our player of the game for Davis every game, so stay tuned. Jeff Hansen will have that award coming up at the end of the game.
I've got big news, Dane.
Yeah.
I did some research, and we have had an ongoing debate, not a debate, but a question of what in the world is the Davis Dart? What sound does it make?
Yeah.
I found out what the Davis Dart is. And I can't help, Dane, but feel a little empowered for you and me.
Okay.
The Davis Dart came to be when a football commentator 100 years ago was calling a Davis game. Oh, return.
Oh, a little something here on the pitch. Look out. Bodie Sparrow across midfield for the Darts, able to take it to the 42-yard line. Hey, that'll do on the Skin Signs kickoff. Davis now with a short field. See if they can capitalize here late in the half. Go ahead, Jeff.
And I think it was a play like that a football announcer 100 years ago watched a Davis player move down the field, and he said, wow, they move like darts out there. They're so fast. And that was the genesis of the Davis Dart. People heard it, said, okay, we can lean into that. And they put a D on a dart that they built. That became their mascot, Dartman.
Yeah, Dartman. Yeah, you'll see Dartman show up at games sometimes.
Well, Dartman, I have more to this story, Dane, after this play.
Cannot wait. Scheinberg rolling to his right. Has he to Ihow, caught.
Good ball. He had about a half a second to get that ball out, and he got that out right on time. Dartman, up until 1994, Dane, Dartman was an actual dart. He dressed up in a dart costume, and they got rid of him in 1994. Do you know why?
No.
I had to read Kaysville City newsletters to find out why. There was a mock fight between mascots in Davis County. And the Davis Dart, in its big, cumbersome mascot suit, he went at odds with the Viewmont Viking. Well, the Dart didn't stand a chance.
Navigate the fight.
And so shortly thereafter, the Kaysvillians, I don't know what they're called up there. Let us know. Is it Kaysvillian? I don't know what it is.
We'll roll with that.
But they decided this is too cumbersome, and then they brought out more of a gladiator-style Dartman that we know today. But he used to be an actual dart.
I love it. I love it.
And I think we need to bring back mascot fights. I don't know why that went away.
You know, I think we need to bring back mascots. I don't feel like you see mascots very often anymore.
That is true.
Being out here at Mountain Ridge, we got the Mountain Ridge Band. They were out here for the pregame.
Great job.
Did a great job.
Did a great job. But yeah, I don't see a Sentinel anywhere. I had to go into the archives for that one,
I
Dave.
bet you did.
Ooh, that was tough to find.
That's some good knowledge there, Jeff.
I've got a picture of him, too. We'll find a way.
First down, looking end zone for Itaiho. Incomplete. There was a flag down on the play. I'll tell you this. It's a good thing this is a turf field because Itaiho, he'd have grass stains all along his jersey with how he has dove for catches tonight.
Man, his ability to just high point that football and give himself a chance. Looks like this is going to be an illegal shift and move Davis back, but almost another highlight play from Itaiho. It's good to see him back on the field.
Yeah,
dealing with that hamstring injury, those are the kinds of things that can linger around for a while. But when you watch him go up into the air like that, it's okay, that hammy's feeling okay.
Well, he's wearing a Guardian cap as well. And again, you watch him go up in the air, you get it. You understand it for that young man. They'll go on the ground. Gallegos looking for a lane. He'll turn back towards the middle, take it inside the 30. And Davis will not take a timeout here.
They get right back on the ball.
Scheinberg back in the shotgun. Been the primary formation for him tonight. Looking underneath. Itaiho brings it in.
My goodness. I mean, what more can you say? His ability to just stay concentrated and find the football, it is special.
They had to stop this for the chains. Let's have a look at this Itaiho catch. I didn't know if he was going to be able to bring this in.
He's got guys draped all over him. He's absorbing contact. He's just tipping it to himself, and then still has the wherewithal to make a little juke and try to get upfield. Utah's getting a good one. I don't know if he's a receiver or is he a running back. Does he play defense? I know he's a football player.
He's a football player.
And Utah's getting one heck of a football player when Jackson Itaiho shows up.
There's 24 seconds left. I think that's the second Davis timeout they've taken. Again, these are sponsored by Black Flag tonight. As if you're Coach Peary, you got a 1st and 10 here. The ball's at the 18-yard line, trailing 21-0. Important for them to get a points here, even if it's just a field goal. Important to get points. They get the ball to start the second half. What are you looking for here, Jeff? You just got, you have one timeout. You maybe have 3, maybe 4 plays.
Yeah, you don't have a lot, and it feels almost lazy to say it, but I'm looking to 88 and I'm looking to 2. When I need a big play here in the end, here in the final seconds of the first half, look to my best players.
Scheinberg faced the toss, looking over the middle for Bodie, incomplete. This was broken up in the end zone by Mountain Ridge's Easton Stubbs, the senior, coming up to jar that one loose.
He's had a heck of a half. That's a huge pass breakup there. Of course, he had the interception in the first quarter. Easton Stubbs having himself a game in the first half.
Well, that's one where Bodie gets 2 hands on that. You think he's making that catch in. Looked like Stubbs maybe got that one late and able to knock it away.
Yeah, just the arm drill, just swipe at the arms. Really good ball by Scheinberg.
Yeah. Brody looking, gonna tuck this and run, has the boundary, will step out after picking up about 6 yards, maybe 7. Set up a 3rd down.
Yeah, and Davis, so he gets out of bounds, stops the clock, 13 seconds left with a timeout still in your pocket. Davis can do kind of whatever they want here.
Yeah.
The ground game is still an option.
I think here it's important to remember, hey, 1st down or end zone, you don't have to get the touchdown here, right? You don't want to put yourself in that 4th down decision mode. Just make the play to at least extend the drive and get a first.
Yep.
Scheinberg running out of time, throws incomplete.
And now decision time for Coach Peary. I'm with you, Dade. I think you got to find a way to get any points on the board here, but I would bet he lets this play clock wind down, takes the timeout, gives himself some time to think about it.
This is such a tricky call, right? You had the 4th and 1 earlier. You got stymied. This is a 4th and a little bit longer. Scheinberg's coming out here looking like they may go for it. Would not be surprised to see them try to hard count it here with the clock stopped and play clock inside 10.
Yep.
They're going to go for it. Scheinberg looking end zone. and broken up. The safety came over, really disrupted the vision as Davis will turn it over on downs.
Now the windows are just so tight. Brody does a pretty good job getting this ball to his receiver, but there's just guys immediately after it's thrown. The windows close in a hurry. Great stand by the Sentinel defense.
How about Mountain Ridge? 2 4th down stops inside their own 10-yard line in this first half.
They have been fantastic, and really now, with 4 seconds left in the half, it's 6 consecutive quarters that Mountain Ridge hasn't allowed a point. For all the talk about Jackson Hunt and this offense, and it is well-deserved, this defense has been phenomenal.
We've got a timeout. We're going to step aside, take it. One more play coming up when we come back here in this first half. We'll be back after this.
To dare mighty things means to embrace challenges. It means to welcome a high-energy culture that prioritizes belonging. To dare mighty things means drawing inspiration from experienced faculty and alums who encourage you to think big. It means to be a part of time-honored traditions while also forging new ones. To dare mighty things means celebrating your achievements with pride and joy, knowing you can make a difference by daring to be great. Join us at the Huntsman School of Business, where we dare mighty things. That's the Huntsman difference.
Welcome back on this Thursday night. You see the scenery here. Never a bad scene in all the rich terrain we have here in the state of Utah. That moon just coming up over mountains in the distance is Mountain Ridge coming out here. Final play of this first half. But imagine just a run here. That will be the case. And Foster will pick up a couple, and that will do it.
It's never just a run with Bradley Foster. There's always a chance. But that's the first half, and really, everything went Mountain Ridge's way. You've got to give both sides of the ball a lot of credit for Mountain Ridge. The offense did what they needed to do to capitalize on field position, but the defense pitching a shutout so far against this high-powered Davis offense.
21-0, Mountain Ridge leads Davis at the break. You're watching Davis High football and Mountain Ridge football on the Rewind Sports Network.
Strong Volkswagen is setting you free from high payments and high interest rates. It's our Freedom to Drive sale. Lease a new 2026 Volkswagen Jetta S from $199 a month. Get rates as low as 1.9% APR. Or save up to $5,000 on select new VW models. Plus oil changes are only $59.95. And every vehicle is backed with our no-charge lifetime warranty. Only at Strong Volkswagen. Break free from high prices during our Freedom to Drive sale. Visit strongvw.com.
When you're the oldest personal injury firm in Utah, you get to know a few faces.
So tell me what happened.
You just came in and sideswiped me, bro.
I got hit by a drunk driver.
And it hurts worse than that time that I was dropped. Tailgate. Who would have thought?
I guess you can say we've seen everything. And I mean everything.
Juliet would never use these.
Our team at Robert J. DeBry has the experience needed to get you the compensation you deserve. Not sure you have a case? Dial the number with all the 8s.
Some people are born to solve problems, to lead the charge, to build better solutions, to be the driving force behind advanced technologies, to strengthen digital defenses. They're the experts our future needs. Find your brilliance at Weber State.
If you're ready to turn your passion for beauty into a career, choose the school setting the standard. At Skin Science Institute, you'll learn in a beautiful, state-of-the-art facility with more advanced treatment training than any other aesthetic school in Utah. Our industry-leading curriculum provides advanced, hands-on training with real clients using the latest technology in a clinical learning environment. Parents can feel confident in a nationally accredited program committed to student success. Skin Science Institute, where your future begins.
our closest friends, can often come by surprise. Our favorite memories are shaped by the experiences we share. Our brightest moments happen when someone believes in us. See yourself in a brilliant future at Weber State.
Hi, I'm Chase, and this is my story.
Chase travels the country playing competitive hockey.
I can learn here. I can even learn here.
Train anywhere, from the ice to the books. Utah Online School surrounds students with a team that helps them strive, grow, and compete at their highest level.
I can learn anywhere.
Built for focus, powered by support. One team, one shared goal. Visit utahonline.org today.
It's a busy morning in your house, but for you, it's just another day. You're the one who makes it all happen. The school runs, the practices, and don't forget the recitals. But one day, everything changed when a sudden accident left you injured with your vehicle wrecked. As Utah's original personal injury law firm, our team at Robert J. DeBry has the experience to get you the compensation you deserve. Not sure you have a case? Dial the number with all the 8.
Why did I choose Huntsman? To get real experience, real support, and a career focus from day one. Instead of regular classes on Fridays, we dive into workshops, build our network, and grow together. At the Huntsman School, we forge lifelong friendships, support each other through challenges, and celebrate our wins. Here, students graduate with experience and jobs waiting. We dare mighty things together. That's the Huntsman difference. Learn more at huntsman.usu.edu.
For those who run on grit, who are driven by more, who need a trailer that can keep up. Make moves with Trailer Boss. Unrivaled selection, unparalleled service. No comparison. Trailer Boss. Make boss moves.
Getting ready to start our second half here. Dane Stewart, Jeff Hansen with you. Mountain Ridge leading Davis 21-0 here at the break. Jeff, your thoughts of that first half?
Timely stops for the Mountain Ridge defense. I mean, this game, you look at it, Davis has had a couple of red zone opportunities. It could very easily be 21-14, but Mountain Ridge has come up with key stops and key moments, and it looks like a blowout. So you got to give the Sentinels a lot of credit on both sides of the ball. They've capitalized on the opportunities that they've had offensively, and they came up with those key stops to make this one a 3-score game.
We talked about our true quality players to watch tonight. How do you assess the first halves of Jackson Hunt and Brody Scheinberg?
Well, Jackson Hunt has done exactly what Jackson Hunt was supposed to do, what we've expected him to do. Nearly 200 yards passing in that first half, so he's right on pace with where he has been all year. And then on the flip side, Brody Scheinberg, it hasn't always been his fault, right? That interception was a tip ball that maybe could have been caught. Not a perfect throw, but maybe could have been caught. And he just hasn't found the momentum that he needs to find if Davis is going to get back into this game. And so, yeah, I think that's the story of the game. The way that Jackson Hunt has played has Mountain Ridge on top.
It will be the Davis Darts getting ready to receive this second half kickoff as this third quarter is sponsored by Better at Bear Lake, your lakefront rental specialist. Want to thank Better at Bear Lake for sponsoring Davis High football. Jeff, you talked about Davis. We saw them move the football a little bit in that second quarter. Couldn't finish off the drives in the red zone. Anything you expect or look for them to do different offensively, try to find more success against this Mountain Ridge D?
Yeah, look, when you look at Davis, especially offensively, Jackson Itaihoe and Bodie Sparrow are going to stand out. They stand out on tape. They stand out anywhere you look. And for me, when you have guys like that, you expect the exceptional plays. And in that first half, they had a few near exceptional plays. That's kind of the difference for me. Number 2 and number 88 have to play extraordinary football because they are extraordinary football players. I'm looking for Davis to try to find a way to get them involved.
The Skin Science kickoff is short, fielded by one of the up men. It might be Briggs Taylor there, who's able to take that up to the 40-yard line. And so Davis will come out with good field position. We talked about Brody Scheinberg coming into the game, 400 yards, passing, 5 touchdowns, just 1 interception, 62% completion percentage. I felt like he started to get settled in that second quarter here with the wind at his back. I'm really excited to see how he comes out here in the second half.
I think so too, and I think that, you never want to be down 21-0, but the benefit of that is, okay, you're down 21-0, you got nothing to lose now. We got to go make some plays, play free.
Scheinberg will hand off. This is a run here by Taylor, cuts back to the middle, able to pick up about 5 yards on the carry.
And a good run by Taylor to get things started. Mason Bush a little slow to get up number 50. That's a big piece of that offensive line, but he's going to walk it off and go tempo.
We talk about how good this Mountain Ridge defense has been. They have not allowed any Henry Walker Holmes touchdowns in this first half, despite Davis being in the red zone twice. And the Darts would love to fix that as we've got a flag coming in here. And this was kind of how the game started for Davis. A couple of penalties on their early drives. Weren't able to overcome those, and rather than a 2nd and 5, now a 2nd and 10 here for the Darts.
Yeah, and right there, Noah Bingham just moves a little bit early, got on his heels. And you're right, Dane. I mean, 2nd and 10 hurts. 2nd and 5's right where you want to be, and that's kind of the story of the game so far.
And with how well this Mountain Ridge defense played tonight, you really don't want to give them any extra yards. This will be 5 wide here for Scheinberg. A 3-man rush has Jackson. That ball caught across midfield. As you see, Mountain Ridge defenders trying to punch that ball loose, but Jackson able to hold on. First down here for Davis.
I love that throw by Brody Scheinberg, that he is right on time, right on pace. He plants his back foot, lets it rip, and lets Jackson Itaihoe go make a great play and move the chains.
And I feel like he's really started to look for 88. Really starting that second quarter, it's led to good things. He'll throw out near side. This caught by Coleman. Makes a nice shift there, but defender able to still wrap him up there for a short gain.
Good move by Coleman, but number 14, Blake Benson, came into the night with 12 tackles on the year. He's everywhere for this Mountain Ridge defense. Great job there. Against a really shifty receiver in Coleman.
Just a gain of a yard on that first down. They'll toss here. Taylor cutting inside, and that much better job there by this Mountain Ridge defense, really setting that edge, forcing him back to the help D.
Yeah, you look at Briggs Taylor, he had number 1, he had Coleman as that lead blocker, but it was the pursuit from the weak side that they came in and filled the rest of those gaps, kept that a 4-yard gain instead of an 8-yard gain.
So another third down here for Davis. Taylor motions out. Mountain Ridge brings 4, caught by Coleman. First down and more as Coleman takes it inside the 30. That ball came out. Mountain Ridge able to take it away. As a late flag coming in here. But this is Dean Mountain Ridge football as we have a look at the replay.
And the ball just gets ripped out of Sam Coleman's hands as he's going to the ground, trying to get those extra yards. Looked like it was number 22 who forced the fumble. Easton Stubbs has an interception, big PBU in the end zone. Now he forces a fumble. then a late flag, then I believe a personal foul, a late hit of some kind is also going to help Mountain Ridge out here.
But again, I mean, that's one where Scheinberg makes the right play, right?
Yeah.
Ball's where it should be. Receiver turns upfield, just has that ripped away. And we mentioned a couple plays previous, you saw Mountain Ridge trying to punch that ball out. So this defense, we talk about how good they've been. You mentioned, Jeff, 6 straight quarters without conceding a point. They are intent on getting the rock back for their offense, and they've succeeded here twice tonight.
Yeah, they really take on the personality of their defensive coordinator. Coach Beck, he's an intense guy. If you've ever talked to him, he's an intense guy. He's a defensive-minded guy. He loves to hit. He loves to play aggressive. And that's exactly what this Mountain Ridge defense does. They are always looking to make that game-changing play on every snap.
You were not on my call this week with Coach Robbins, but he said just that. He said, look, we've got a great DC in Jackson Peck, and he instills the culture on the defensive side, and you just see how good that unit is this year. Been impressive. First down here for Mountain Ridge after the turnover. They'll run with Foster. He's got a big hole as this ball comes out late, and looks like they will call this play down. It'll be a first down, Mountain Ridge.
They rule Foster down. He took a big hit from Bodie Sparrow from that safety spot.
And he's still down here. Boy, we mentioned Kinney got hurt week 1, and Foster's been great in relief of Kinney, but he's down here. Injury timeout. We're going to step aside here as they come out to have a look at Bradley Foster. We'll be back.
So now he decides to exercise. Yes, this was the best angle.
Life can get a little messy.
No way. Oh my God.
Oh my gosh.
Best day ever.
Some taps create chaos.
No.
Tap Spend gives you 1% cash back when you spend and 2.75% APY when you don't. Tap responsibly. Visit tapbank.com.
Oh, hold up, sweetie. Hospital bills from the accident piled up and insurance company just won't pay for it. Bike's gotta go.
After a car wreck, the insurance company wants you to settle fast for less than you deserve. Don't let them.
Before you talk to the insurance company, talk to us.
Craig Swap & Associates fights to make sure you don't leave money on the table. One call, that's all.
801-444-4444.
Boy, good to see Bradley Foster up. We weren't quite sure what the injury was. You see him able to come off the field. Jeff, he's been great tonight. At the break, he had 16 carries for 95 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Man.
He's well over 100. You certainly hope that he's okay, and obviously good to see him able to put weight on that leg and walk off here.
Yeah, special football player having a big night. I loved it. He got the crowd going. He stands up, holds up the touchdown sign with his hands, letting everybody know, hey, he's going to be okay. That's good to see from number 24, who's just had a fantastic start to the season. Dan, we're nationwide here at KSL Sports Rewind. I have been notified. We are reaching Tennessee today.
Hey,
we've
howdy,
got
Rocky Top.
That's right. We've got some viewers way out there working tonight, listening to the stream. Love that. The nationwide stream. You don't get that anywhere else.
You don't. That's why we love what we do, Jeff. It's not just to a certain area with a certain older technology. Is staying on the ground here. Boy, nice spin move put on there by the new back. This is Jaden Romero, the junior, able to come in and pick up about 4 yards.
My goodness, Jaden Romero comes off and just picks up right where Foster left off. I was getting ready to talk about a tackle for loss by the defensive line, and Jaden Romero just whoop, 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 and now it's a gain of 5. I got a little high-pitched there. I felt it. That felt Disney. That felt Disney for me. That wasn't my best. It was Jerry Seinfeld. That's what it was. Oh, bad.
Second down, Hunt. This ball caught, first down. Pressure came in there on Jackson, able to get it away as this was caught by Bennett Nielsen, name we haven't called since back in that opening quarter.
Great job by Jackson Hunt to stay in. The pressure was coming. He delivers that ball right where it needs to be in the face of that pressure. Something you get with a senior quarterback that has the kind of experience that Hunt has. Yep. Great job.
First down. Another Method Air Heating and Cooling Sentinel first down. Look out. Oh, boy, he had DeYoung behind the defense, but that pressure of Davis came and probably saved a touchdown as we've got a flag here in the middle of the field.
He did. Titan DeYoung, he came free on that release. Man, good job by Davis.
He was off to the races.
He was there. He was wide open, but the pressure got to him, and good for Jackson Hunt not forcing that ball.
I think TJ Olsen was like, sweet, another read coming my way, but sorry, TJ.
You know, Dane, every time I come out here to Harriman, I am blown away that there are more people that live here. This is a town. 35 years ago, it didn't exist.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I actually pulled it up because I wanted to see. In 1990, there were 885 people that lived in Harriman. In 2000, it was only 1,500 people that lived in Harriman. In 2025, 63,500. Wow. This is a town that came out of nowhere.
It's got 2 high schools. Both are pretty good at football these days.
It's crazy to me.
Second down, play action. Over the middle, broken up. That was Sparrow coming in.
Good play by Bodie to break that up. And Jackson Hunt delivers the ball right to Nielsen, his favorite guy tonight. But Bodie gets the big PBU, and now it's 3rd and long.
8:15 to go here in this third quarter. We've got clock got a little ahead of ourselves there. We'll get that corrected for you. Big third down for this Davis defense. Little throwback screen again. Here's Thayer. Made a couple men miss. He's going to be short, but a nice job after that catch to get as much as he could there. Set up a 4th and short here.
Yeah, a really good job by Thayer. Tricky guy to bring down, and now, hey, look, Coach Robbins getting right on the ball.
Quick throw, caught, first down. Boy, talk about knowing exactly what you need, getting beyond the sticks as Bennett Nielsen brings it in.
And that's some of that advantage that you have when you have that senior experienced quarterback. That's a call Hunt knows. He knows that's coming before Coach Robbins calls it in, and they're able to execute quickly. Now he settles down his team, slows down, red zone, time to execute.
Hunt looking for 6. Caught, touchdown, Mountain Ridge. Xander Thayer on the corner route pushes the lead, 27-0 Sentinels.
Such a pretty read by Jackson Hunt. He sees the one-on-one coverage as soon as that ball is snapped, and he delivers a dime to Thayer. Pretty good coverage by Davis. Porter Hunt was right there, stride for stride. But when your quarterback puts a ball in the perfect spot, there's just not a defense for that, and that's exactly what Jackson Hunt did on that touchdown pass.
And you know, the moment when they come out to set up, he sees that one-on-one. He knows immediately where he's going with that football. And just a well-placed throw as it is 28-0 after another TJ Olsen insurance touchdown from Jackson Hunt to Xander Thayer. And it is all Mountain Ridge.
So we talked about it. 1990, 800 people live in Harriman. Now they have 63,000. They have 2 new high schools, within that time, right? And Mountain Ridge. They name it Mountain Ridge. And that's a hot topic for me this week.
Yeah.
It's Mountain. Like, we just took 2 words for mountain, put it together. They had some great names they could have named this place.
Okay.
Right behind us.
Like, are these your ideas?
These are my ideas.
Okay,
yeah,
right,
these are my ideas. Because it came down to, there were a final two. Again, looking at the history, came down to Mountain Ridge or Black Ridge, so we settled for another ridge. Just behind us, if you want to keep a mountain theme, is Butterfield Canyon. This could have been Butterfield High School. I think that sounds great. And also, there's another name if you don't like butter. Just behind us to that way is an old former town. It was known as Rosecrest. It was a township that was annexed into Harriman in the I believe in the 2000s, 2009. Could have been Rose Creek, Rosecrest. Instead, we picked Mountain.
Well, because I was thinking, is it Rose Canyon? That's
yeah,
right over there?
There's Rose Creek Canyon.
Is it Rose Creek?
It's right there. There's Rose Creek. You had some names. And we're not even talking about the obvious name. I mean, I think Ochre has kind of been overplayed in this area. There's a lot of Ochre everything, but Ochre was right there too. Instead, we picked Mountain. And look, I love you, Mountain Ridge. I do. But we could have been a little more creative than 2 words for Mountain.
I do like Sentinel.
I do like Sentinel too. I really do like Sentinel. You know, I noticed, well, we'll talk about it after this.
Sparrow trying to get wide.
Great job by the defense to string that out.
And I think it was all number 1 out there once again for Mountain Ridge, Jeff.
He's everywhere. Titan DeYoung playing his first game of defense. And you see why BYU wants him as a linebacker. His speed, his sideline-to-sideline speed is special. Great job right there. You'll notice, Dane, when you're turning into Mountain Ridge High, you turn on Raptor Way.
Okay.
I don't know if they got ahead of themselves. I don't know how the street became Raptor Way after this play.
Pressure coming. Throws this out. Gallegos, contact there immediately. Picks up a yard, maybe 2, not much.
Before the school settled on Sentinels, they voted between 3 names: Raptors, Bulls, and Sentinels. Sentinels won. And then the new elementary school became the Raptors afterwards. But you don't normally see a Raptor Way named after an elementary school. So I don't know. Maybe they thought it was going to be the Mountain Ridge Raptors and somebody got a little ahead of themselves. I don't know.
You know, but look, we've not talked about mascot names. Maybe that can be a future Jeff Rant.
Yeah.
But I like all those mascots.
I think those are all pretty great. Oh, boy.
Pressure, Scheinberg. And, yeah, that one thrown away. They're going to get a flag here on the play.
No, I was waiting for it. It looked like number 20. He just kind of shoved Bodie Sparrow to the ground. And had that ball not gone Sparrow's way, I think Castillo probably gets away with it. But because the ball was that way, then I guess it's a pretty easy call for that referee.
Boy, a big penalty there by this Mountain Ridge defense. That will keep this drive alive for the Darts. They're not going to apologize. Cross midfield here, and Brody, my apologies, will be able to try to continue to build some momentum here with this Davis offense.
You know, I've been impressed with the way that Scheinberg has played in this game. You look up at the scoreboard, and it's frustrating. You look at the box score, and he's going to be frustrated. And he's had a lot of balls that have been right on target, right on time. Number 9 has done his part today.
Yeah. Scheinberg, pressure coming, and that is incomplete, but how about the burst there by Cole Uluave, a name we haven't talked about a lot today, Jeff, but he is also a stud for this Mountain Ridge defense.
Just a fantastic football player. Whenever Mountain Ridge needs a big play defensively, somehow number 6 is involved, whether he's the one pulling down the interception or getting the big pass breakup or forcing the pressure. Number 6 is just such a versatile player. Of course, that name, Uluave, that's part of a Mountain Ridge history, and he lives up to it. Fantastic player.
Not much there. Kyler Christiansen came bursting in to really disrupt the blocking for that run, and it will now be a 3rd down for Davis.
And a good response. Look, the pass interference call goes against you, extends the drive, and all that they do is respond with a couple of big plays, and now it's 3rd and 10 really quickly. Good response. Don't let the refs get to you. Don't let adversity get to you. Just play through it. That's that Coach Peck mentality of just play physical football no matter what happens.
Empty set here for Scheinberg on 3rd down. 3-man pass rush for the Sentinels. This one complete. Coleman trying to make men miss. Boy, tell you what, coming up that time was Uluave. He was a heat-seeking missile with bad intentions in mind. But gain of 4 there for the Darts.
That's the first play this half that Scheinberg was just a beat late. If he gets that ball out just a little bit quicker, then I think Coleman's able to make a move. But because he was just a half step late, the pressure gets down and Coleman has to go down right away.
4th and 5 for the Darts. Scheinberg under pressure, goes down. Kyler Christiansen able to come through for this Sentinel defense.
Yeah, and you look at Christiansen, he just comes straight through the A gap and gets home quickly. That's a jailbreak blitz right there. Just go get the quarterback on 4th and long. You know what's coming. Great call by Coach Peck. Absolutely executed perfectly by Christiansen, and he comes up with a big sack.
And how about, I'll call it gumption. 4th and 5, you're 5 wide. It's not like it's a 4th and 10, 4th and 8. Like, you can have those short hitch throws, maybe, shallow crossing routes. You can get that ball out quickly, right? But the confidence in your defense, they know we're bringing multiple linebackers on that pressure. And you got to have some confidence as a DC to make that kind of a call in that situation.
You do, especially with a guy like Scooby Tulau who's out. He's been kind of your dude on defense for the first couple weeks of the season. You're putting a lot of trust in a lot of guys. I love that from this coaching staff because we've already talked about it, that Coach Robbins trusts his offense to go out and say, hey, Jackson, go make plays, go make calls. And you see a lot of that trust from Coach Peck, too, of, hey, I trust that you're going to execute this aggressive play call really well. It's going to get home. It's cool to see when there's that talent and that coaching trust that just sort of blends together. It's the makeup of special football teams.
We mentioned some of these Davis sponsors. We want to thank them for their sponsorship, including Limitless Society, personal development, business mentorship. Also want to thank Bingham Swim School. They'll sponsor our 4th quarter. Building confidence one stroke at a time. And of course, Henry Walker Homes presenting this Davis game. Build with us today at Henry Walker Homes. And of course, Mountain Ridge, sponsored as always by TJ Olson Insurance, sponsored our touchdowns tonight. And Method Air Heating and Cooling is Harriman's hometown heating and cooling company with an owner that resides right here in Harriman. And 20 plus years serving our community, Method prides itself on investing into the communities they are part of. When we visit your home, we care for it as if it were our own. Go Sentinels! Thank you to Method Air Heating and Cooling for sponsoring Mountain Ridge football on the Rewind Sports Network. Much smoother that time, Jeff.
Yeah, that was well done. Seasoned pro.
Our clock got a little away from us there. We apologize. We'll get that caught up for you after this play. It's a first down here for the Sentinels. Hunt evading, running to his left, will get out of play.
Just a mature quarterback, sees the pressure, is able to get out of his pocket, use his legs just a little bit. Underrated part of Jackson Hunt's game. I think people tend to think he's kind of a statue back there, but number 11 could scoot a little bit.
Yes, he can. Sets up a 2nd and short here as they'll give off here to Romero. It's going to be close to that first down. I think maybe just a bit short.
Jaden Romero with the
we talk about this Mountain Ridge offense, Jeff. They've tried to go deep, but Davis has done a really good job of not allowing the big play tonight.
Yeah, keeping everything in front, and Mountain Ridge has taken what the defense has given them and has used that run game a lot more.
3rd and short. Romero with the carry. He's got the first down.
You know, at this point, Dan, we've now seen 3 running backs have success for this Mountain Ridge team. And then Romero comes in, picks up right where Foster leaves off. We've got to start talking about this offensive line. Big number 73 in the middle, Shane Johnson. It all kind of starts with him. I mean, his ability to seal the inside, and you see so many of those inside runs. The Mountain Ridge offensive line, they have been lights out tonight.
They'll stay on the ground. Romero here trying to find a little bit of a hole to work. You know, we talk about Romero coming in for Foster, who looks like his night is done. He's on the sideline. He's still got his pads on, but it looks like we will not be seeing him the rest of this game. You talked about this O-line, and I love Coach Robbins said, he's like, look, Coach Blake, he's done a great job with this group. They proved who they were in that Skyridge game, and they've really kept that trajectory the rest of the way here this season. Underneath throw caught, first down again, as boy, Method Air Heating and Cooling sponsoring all these Mountain Ridge first downs.
And I love that you talk about it. I mean, there's just so many studs. Tyler McClellan on that line, big number 74. He does a fantastic job. Jackson Aguirre does a good job at tackle. I mean, they're a big group. You get down there on field level with them. That's a big offensive line. They look like a college offensive line.
On this Method Air Heating and Cooling first down, little reverse here, not much room to work there for Clausen. Tackled behind the line of scrimmage, loss of 4.
And a good job there by number 8, Ben Dorius. He stays home, reads the reverse well, and is able to get to Clausen in the backfield.
Really not a lot of plays where Mountain Ridge has been kind of behind schedule as they are here. This one thrown out into the flat, caught. Nielsen evading one tackler, finally pushed out of play at about the 9-yard line. Boy, great job keeping that alive here by Bennett Nielsen.
Bennett Nielsen, you watch that play develop. Jackson Hunt knew immediately where he was going to go with the football. And Bennett Nielsen was right there. He was wide open, and then he just goes and does the rest. Great job.
Pick up about 8 yards, brings up 3rd and 2.
3rd and 3 here for the Sentinels. They'll run it. Romero hold the left, trying to stretch for that end zone. Did he get in?
Handoff to Jordan Romero.
No, he did not. It will be good for a first down, but that Davis D just keeping him outside of the end zone.
And another great job by the offensive line for Mountain Ridge. They just keep opening up big holes.
First down from the half.
It's really kind of an interesting wrinkle or an interesting setup with the way that they use this offensive line. I mean, there's just so much movement and creativity. They've got tackles pulling on the inside, the power run game, the counter run game. They do so many different things.
Motion by Nielsen. They'll give Romero left side. Touchdown, Mountain Ridge.
Bradley Foster out, Jaden Romero in, and my goodness, he just picks up exactly where Foster left off. Great job, really, that entire drive of letting blocks develop out in front of him, finding the right gap, and then he just shoots through it like a cannon. Gets to his top speed quick. He's tough to bring down.
I mean, Jeff, you know, this is not a slight to Kinney, Foster, or Romero, but it's almost like it doesn't matter who the back is with how good this O-line has been blocking in the early part of this year. They've all found success as this point after is up. It is good. It is 35-0 as the latest TJ Olson Insurance touchdown is a 1-yard touchdown run from Jaden Romero to make it 35-0 Mountain Ridge here in the 3rd. We'll be back.
Nobody in Utah has more Toyota trucks than Orem Toyota. With multiple Toyota locations, we simply carry more trucks than anyone. And every single one comes with one simple promise. The price you see online is the price you pay. That's our full offering price with every dealer add-on and a $499 dock fee included. You only add tax, title, and registration. No games, no gimmicks, and no surprises. Orem Toyota, you lead the way. Shop every truck online today at oremtoyota.com.
Another skin science kickoff here from the Sentinels, and we've seen them kind of go a lot of different directions on their kickoffs, Jeff, and really Dave's done a nice job with a lot of these returns, but just haven't been able to finish off drives. They built momentum, but that Mountain Ridge defense has always found a way to just stymie things, in particular on the back kind of 3rd end of the field.
Yeah, I mean, look, bend, don't break, right? Don't let them into the end zone. Mountain Ridge has done a good job of that. They forced turnovers. They've done a good job.
Taylor Yeah, just better to go down, let the offense come out here.
23, where it will be their first down. And folks, this game is brought to you by Weber State University.
Talk about this Davis team, and obviously the tough start week 1, Corner Canyon. They lead that game early, and then that game just kind of went downhill. Even Coach Peary said that, hey, that game just became kind of a landslide. We kind of lost ourselves a little bit. Great response last week. They were hoping, this game was going to go a little bit differently than it has tonight. They've got Alta next week. It's a tough start, tough schedule to start any year for a new quarterback and so many guys that you're having to get new familiarity in this offense with.
Well, and it's the kind of schedule that you like to see from a team up north, because so many times, especially when you have a team that you think is going to be a really good team, like this Davis team believes they are a very good team and they have a lot of talent, they get into that November playoff schedule and they start to play some of these tougher teams from down here around Point of the Mountain, and it overpowers a lot of those Northern Utah teams. It just is what it is. I love the way that Coach Peary put this schedule together, because he was going to put the measuring stick out there to start the season, to say, hey, guys, we got to find out exactly who we are, because this is what it takes. You have to beat Corner Canyon. You have to beat Mountain Ridge, and they're going to learn a lot of lessons that they can take with them into the playoffs.
Scheinberg here on second down, going to step up, looking deep down the field. Incomplete. And guess who? Stubbs once again. Jeff, talk to me about 22.
It doesn't matter where 22 is lined up against. Easton Stubbs is just waiting to make a big play. He has been fantastic from that corner spot and really living on an island. It's been a lot of one-on-one coverage, and he's made big plays against a trio of college wide receivers that Davis has. Got to be impressed with what Stubbs has done today.
5'10" senior. He has been all over the field tonight. Doesn't matter which matchup he's had. He's made big plays against all of them. And it sets up a 3rd and 10 here for the Darts as our third quarter has come to a close, and that's our bad 35 points running clock. We missed that. The third quarter comes to an end. We head to the fourth. Mountain Ridge pitching another shutout. 7 straight quarters where this defense is not allowed a point. Can they hold off in the fourth? We'll find out. We'll be back on KSL Sports Rewind after this.
Come on over here, get closer. Let me show you these trailers we got. Big dump, small dump, get the gooseneck. Loaded up with an ATV trailer. Flatbed, aluminum. Tilt trailers, come check out these trailers.
Where life grows, home begins. Bank of Utah.
Start of this fourth quarter, Mountain Ridge with a 35-0 lead. This Davis defense, this Davis offense looking at a 3rd and 10 here. Is this Davis fourth quarter brought to you by Bingham Swim School. Want to thank them for their sponsorship of Davis High football here on the Rewind Sports Network. 3rd and 10 for Scheinberg and company. Trying to start this fourth quarter with what would be a big 3rd down conversion. Ita Ihau here to the bottom of the screen for you. Scheinberg Out of the pocket, eyes downfield, looking for Bodie, and it's caught! Bodie Sparrow able to come up with it for the darts. How about this grab by Bodie Sparrow down the field?
Those are the kind of extraordinary plays that you've got to expect from your extraordinary players. Great job by Sparrow to just keep the confidence in traffic, bring that ball down, and keep hope alive here.
Talk about tonight and so many opportunities where they haven't been able quite to capitalize. As here's Sparrow sideline, that one just out of his reach, incomplete.
And really one of the first throws we've seen in the second half from Scheinberg that just got away from him a little bit. And of course, things are going to go quick now with the running clock here in the fourth quarter.
Be a second down here for this Dart offense. Scheinberg throws to his back, and boy, nowhere to go. Uluave, who had a quiet first half, Jeff, but it's not been quiet in this second half.
Man, you can't keep an Uluave down for very long. My goodness. He's just, I don't know what to call him. Looks like they're doing the land shark here on the sidelines. Maybe he's a shark, I don't know. He's not a guy I want to get hit by.
No.
As he comes with a full head of steam, and it looks like it hurts.
Well, you look at this defense, and you've got De Jong, obviously, tonight. You mentioned without Talau. You mentioned having Uluave. Kyler Christiansen has been flying around as well. They got some backers that, well, I don't know. Is there a better backer group in the state than what's here, Jeff?
It's a great question. I don't know. Davis is going to take a timeout. That'll stop the clock.
Yeah, this will be.
I mean, it could be the best linebacker group in the state. That's a very good trio of backers.
This Davis High timeout is brought to you by Black Flag. Coach Peary taking this here with 10:15 to go in this fourth quarter. We'll step aside and be back here to Mountain Ridge High School after this.
It's in the thrill of starting strong, making gains. It's the real connections in between. It's in the satisfaction of being on the move. That brilliant feeling of getting somewhere.
Everyone knows that having a good credit history makes it easier to save money and get approved for the things in life you need, like credit cards, auto loans, home loans, and a lot more. But here's the problem. Building your credit history takes time. That's why UCCU created Credit Builder, an innovative loan program designed to help you build your credit history and raise your credit score. Visit uccu.com to start building or rebuilding your credit today. UCCU.
3rd and 15 here for Davis. Pressure. Nowhere to go with it. And that was Christiansen coming in with the pressure to force that premature throw there by Scheinberg. Really no option on the play.
No option. And you're seeing a defense now that they know the situation. They know Davis has to throw the ball, and they got to throw the ball downfield. These linebackers are just pinning their ears back and trying to get into the backfield as quickly as they can, and it's working.
4th down. They'll keep Gallegos here to the left of Scheinberg. Helping with the blitz there. Scheinberg floating one to Bodie, caught inside the 20. The 10 makes a man miss. Bodie inside the 5. Touchdown, Davis.
Great job by Brody Scheinberg to get away from the pressure, keeps his eyes downfield, finds his number 1 guy in Bodie Sparrow, and you're going to see it here. He delivers a dart to number 2. And then after that, it's all Bodie Sparrow after the catch. He pulls a little Reggie Bush, start, stop, getting around the tackles and into the end zone. And that ends the Mountain Ridge scoreless streak. They made it 7 straight quarters of shutout ball, but not 8. Bodie Sparrow gets into the end zone.
Henry Walker Holmes touchdown for Bodie Sparrow on the touchdown reception from Brody Scheinberg. As the Darts able to get on the board here with just over 9 to go here in the fourth quarter.
Dan, have you ever been to Fort Harriman?
What?
Have you ever been to Fort Harriman?
No. Tell me about it, Jeff. Have you ever been?
I've never been either. Well, I guess it's probably it's actually a community garden now at this point. But I'd like to go. It was how Harriman was started. 1854, Fort Harriman gets established, 7-foot walls. But here's the kicker, Dane. They only finished 3 of the walls. The back end of the fort was completely open. 4 years later, they completely abandoned it, and that was the end of Fort Harriman. And now they have they have a plaque to remember Fort Harriman, and they have 2 black locust trees where the plaque are. They're 170-year-old trees. That was the entrance of Fort Harriman. So just some history.
Another Skin Science kickoff. Fair catch signaled for, taken at the 30-yard line. Fascinating, Jeff.
Kind of cool. And
yeah.
Look, the 170-year-old trees, that's the real highlight here. That's an old tree.
That is an old tree.
So there you go. Little
cool.
Harriman history.
I love it.
And now it's the Harriman, I think it's the Harriman Community Garden. That's great. You need those, but it's less cool than a fort.
So do they have any markers for the old fort?
Yeah, they've got a plaque. They've got some of the old cabins that were around the fort that they've relocated inside the garden into various places. It's a cool little thing. But yeah, a fort with 3 walls, not going to do a great job.
Well, I mean, you got 3 out of 4 directions covered, and that ain't bad.
That's true. It could be worse. Great stop by Cam Evans, the big 94 defensive lineman. He gets into the gap quick and is able to bring Romero down. Good for Davis. I mean, it's a running clock situation still, but Davis still showing a lot of fight, trying to make as many plays as they can and find some confidence to take back to Kaysville.
And there was some jumping around on the near sideline as a flag came in here.
Coach Robbins, I thought, was maybe going to jump right out of the sideline if he didn't get the call on that one. It came from the far sideline, Judge. Was a pretty clear offsides call, but.
While we have a moment, we got to say hi to Grandma Pat.
Hi, Grandma Pat.
Lives out in Nephi. She's got 5 great-great-grandchildren at age 98. Great-grandmother of Coach Robbins. Is this one just overthrown? But catches every game. Had to say hi to Grandma Pat.
That's awesome.
Hope you're enjoying the stream, and what a start for her.
That's awesome.
Great-grandson Nick Robbins, 2nd year here, and what a job he's done building this program up in a very short amount of time, Jeff.
Yeah, Coach Robbins, you can't say enough about what he's done here. The level of excitement that he's brought to a new school in this city, it's exceptional. And he's building a program that is clearly sustainable. This isn't just a one-hit wonder at Mountain Ridge. Coach Robbins, Mountain Ridge is going to be here for a long time as long as he's leading the helm.
And now we're going to have a timeout here taken by Coach Robbins. TJ Olson Insurance timeout here for the Sentinels. We'll step aside, be back here to Mountain Ridge High School after this.
If you're looking for stylish, quality furniture at affordable prices, shop the
Love where you bank.
Your whole life, you woke up before the sun, and worked hard, so your family could have the things they want. Everything was going great, until one night when you were hit by a drunk driver. Now you're out of work, bills are piling up, and you're worried worried about your family. As Utah's original personal injury law firm, our team at Robert J. DeBry will get you the settlement you deserve. Not sure you have a case? Dial the number with all the 8s.
Welcome back. 7:22 to go here in this fourth quarter. 35-7. Mountain Ridge out in front.
We shouted out our Tennessee viewers. We got viewers out in Florida, too.
What?
We are a nationwide broadcast, and truly, you don't find that anywhere here across the state. You do not find high school coverage that is a true nationwide broadcast.
Only high school football can bring football fans in Florida and Tennessee together. As Hunt able to connect here with DeJong, and DeJong takes this to the 42-yard line. Boy, what a throw there by Hunt despite the pressure.
Yeah, great throw. Hunt's just running around in the backfield, and he's able to get his feet just enough. Get his feet just enough to make a throw downfield, and then Sam Coleman from the safety spot goes for the pick. It's just outside his reach. The Titan DeYoung does the rest.
Little technical issue there. As this caught by Nielsen on the short out route.
You know, we were talking to Coach Robbins before the game, and he mentioned to me that his dad was Coach Peary's old high school coach. Coach Peary, Coach Robbins, they've known each other for a really long time. We're going to work on Coach Robbins. He's trying to find it. There's a picture somewhere of Coach Peary holding a baby Coach Robbins.
That's so awesome,
and
isn't it?
We got to find that picture. But these two coaches, Coach Robbins called Coach Peary one of his mentors as he's gone throughout this coaching process. You see the similarities in the way they run their program. Just a ton of respect, mutual respect between these two. And in my opinion, Dan, I mean, two of the great coaches that we have in the state, they keep everything about the players. They do a great job, obviously, you know, building up talent and running their programs, but they keep the main thing, and that's helping these young men become great men, great leaders, just do a great job leading these football programs.
Kyle Morris, the sophomore, got that last carry. They'll bring Romero back on here. But, you know, you talk about that connection, which is small world crazy. I loved it. I thought it was a great story. As Romero here on the ground looking for space up that left side inside the 20. But, you know, Mountain Ridge has never defeated Davis. It's not a long history. They've played 3 times, twice in the regular season, once in the playoffs. Every time, Mountain Ridge has been getting closer and closer. This would be the first win for this Mountain Ridge program over Davis in its short school history.
You know, you look at what Mountain Ridge has done to start the season. I mean, it's going to be tough to find a better resume. You get a big win against Sky Ridge, you beat Davis, and then you have a 42-0 blowout over Lehigh. Mountain Ridge, they've passed their early season test.
Over the middle, caught, and touchdown, Mountain Ridge.
Well, you weren't going to keep Jordan Clausen down for very long. Number 5, he just gets the inside move, and Jackson Hunt does the rest, delivers a great ball to number 5, and Clausen gets into the end zone for another touchdown. Some really great wide receiver play today.
Yeah.
But Sparrow, Itaihow, DeYoung, Clausen, Nielsen's been fantastic. Thayer has been huge. We're getting to see elite wide receivers in this game.
Point after, up and good. It's 42-7. Mountain Ridge cruising here at home. And Jeff, we talked about the early start of the year for Davis. How about the start for Mountain Ridge? 41-26, their week 1 win. 42-0 over Lehigh last week. 42-7 here against Davis. This offense squarely in the 42 points per game through the first 3 weeks of the year against 3 top 6A teams.
Yeah, I mean, it's impressive. I'm almost speechless, and I'm not speechless very often, but I'm almost speechless because of how well they've played on both sides of the ball. You see what Sky Ridge can do. I mean, you saw them get that big win over Orem, what was our number 1 team in the state, in Orem, and Mountain Ridge controlled that game. They were able to move the ball. They held them in check offensively. They've dominated these last 2 weeks. They look great.
Given what we've seen tonight, can this Mountain Ridge team go up against a Corner Canyon? What do you think that looks like should that matchup come in a playoff?
Well, and that is going to be the question that I think is on everybody's mind this week. And you have the common opponent that you can measure. Like Corner Canyon played Davis and got the best of them. Mountain Ridge is doing the same thing tonight. The one area that I think Mountain Ridge could have an advantage is I think that this Mountain Ridge offense is probably the best offense in the state. I'm trying to find out who I would argue with. I think they're the best offense in the state. And I don't think that Corner has seen an offense that has a quarterback like Jackson Hunt yet. That's the one question that remains. But you know that the Corner defense is good. Coach Cetera is obviously a defensive-minded guy. So that's not to say that they can't pass that test, but that's the one test they haven't passed yet. And I think Mountain Ridge, the way that they played against Sky Ridge, the way they played against Davis, they've passed the test. So there's not much that you look at and you say, well, I still haven't seen Mountain Ridge do this. They've done everything so far.
I think the aspect that's of interest to me, I would agree that I think this Mountain Ridge offense probably is more potent than Corner's offense, but Corner's defense I think they've scored in both their first two games.
Very good.
That defense scores,
yes.
Right? The offense is good enough, the defense contributes, and so now they're getting 50 because they're getting 30 from their offense and 14 from their defense
as well,
and special teams.
And they're doing it all over.
There's other ways Corner can get points on the scoreboard to help compensate for that, but man, after watching this, that's a real intriguing matchup.
Yeah.
As a return here being put on up that left side. Nice job making something out of that. Didn't look like there was a lot there. Davis will come out here at their own 38.
It's the physicality from Mountain Ridge that I'm so impressed with. And going back to that win over Sky Ridge is a physical football team. They dominate. That's their bread and butter on both lines of scrimmage. That is how Sky Ridge wins football games. And Mountain Ridge, they controlled that game. They did such a good job up front that's the element that they haven't had in recent years is they're able to be as physical as anybody in the state, and that is what Corner Canyon is under Coach Cetera. It will be a very physical game if we get to see that matchup.
Change at quarterback here for the Davis Darts on this possession. As coming in now is Peyton Taula, the senior.
Peyton Taula, this is a fun moment for me. I got to call with the great Dusty Lidster his first game as a freshman. His first start was a playoff game at Bonneville. Oh. They had a bunch of injuries, and Bonneville took on a tough Harriman team, a tough Hunter team. And Bonneville, Peyton Taula got the start, got the win in his first start as a Bonneville Laker all those years ago.
Now a senior. Getting some time here on the road.
Now a senior, and he's
listed. How does that make you feel, Jeff?
It makes me feel not so young anymore. He's considerably bigger now as Peyton Taula than the young Bonneville quarterback who I don't know which. I think maybe it was, I can't remember, Mountain Crest Junior High that he went to after he got that big playoff win. Now he's a senior at Davis, and he's looking more like a senior that belongs on the football field.
A third down here for the Darts. Taula out with Gallegos. And Mountain Ridge flows and stops them. And I think that's the thing for me, Jeff. When we look at this Mountain Ridge team, the offense was so good last year. We knew it'd be good. The difference in the defense last year to this year, it's night and day. Night and day.
Yeah, it's night and day. And there is deep. Darian Bramble on that tackle, number 34. I talked with Coach Peck about him before the game. He believes that is the next big thing at linebacker. I mean, they have got depth at that position. They've got depth that they haven't had, and they're so big and physical. This Mountain Ridge defense is for real.
5 receivers. Taula caught here by Sparrow. Across the sticks, first down with 2.5 to go here in regulation.
Keep the drive moving on fourth down. Taula finds Bodie Sparrow.
Number 22, we've heard his name tonight, Easton Stubbs.
Peyton Taula's got an arm. We know that. He's a baseball player. He can throw the football as well.
He'll hand off. Gallegos with a nice carry, picking up 7 yards there.
Gallegos with the run up the middle.
So they make the change at quarterback, but it's still the rest of the starters that are playing for Davis. Little change of pace here.
inside 2 minutes. Tula looking, taking a shot down the field, incomplete. Wanted Coleman. Boy, did not miss that by much.
No, that's a good throw. I mean, I don't know if you could see it on the broadcast, but that throw is into some wind, and he puts that right where it needs to be. Coleman with the defensive pressure right on his hip, unable to pull it in, but that's a great ball by the backup quarterback.
Third and short. Tula looking deep, and that is incomplete, just off the hand of the outstretched, reached Cooper Rigby. The tight end got a hand on it, couldn't get two, and it's incomplete.
Another good ball by Tula. I mean, he's able to push the ball downfield. We've seen that, unable to connect, but he's giving his receivers a chance downfield.
And here's a fourth down for Davis. They've gone for several fourth downs tonight. It's been a little tricky for them. They've converted a couple of them, but not enough. And some early on that could have changed this game, kept them in it as they'll run it here. And this is a first down and more for Gallegos. Takes us inside the 30.
Good run by Gallegos. Did a good job to give Davis another chance to find the end zone here. 25 seconds left on the game clock here in the stadium.
Scoreboard says they still have a black flag timeout remaining. They've not taken it. Tula faked the toss. Now scrambling to his left, eyes down the field, really nowhere to go, and he'll just seek the boundary.
And they're winding that clock. That might do it.
And it will do it. So Mountain Ridge continues their hot start. 42-7 your final score as the Sentinels improve to 3-0, get their first win in program history over Davis High School. Jeff, your final thoughts of our contest here tonight?
Really great job. Mountain Ridge did exactly what we expected them to do offensively. The defense shut down a really potent Davis offense. Fantastic performance by Easton Stubbs and this Mountain Ridge defense.
He was spectacular tonight. He was all over the place for Mountain Ridge. You can pick a number of Mountain Ridge players who had big impacts, but for Davis, tough night, right? Offensively, couldn't ever really find their rhythm. At times they did. Penalties kind of hurt them. Any takeaways you have for the Darts from this performance here?
I mean, they still have a ton of talent, and that's what you have to tell yourself is, hey, you're 1-2. That's not where you wanted to be. You've lost to arguably number 1 and number 2 in the state. Okay, you know where the measuring stick is. You know what you have to get to. Regroup, get ready for region play, and get back on track.
They'll have a chance, speaking of Davis, next week as they'll go take on Alta, try to get back to their winning ways. As meanwhile, this Mountain Ridge team, we talked about the hot start they've been on this year, and for Mountain Ridge next week, they'll stay right here at home as they host Cedar Valley. We'll have both those games streamed for you right here on KSLSports.com. I want to thank you so much for joining us here tonight for this joint broadcast, Davis High football and Mountain Ridge football on the Rewind Sports Network, presented by TJ Olson, or by Method Air Heating and Cooling, TJ Olson Insurance, and of course Henry Walker Homes. Thank you for joining us. For Austin Bigelow, Jeff Hansen, my name is Dane Stewart. Mountain Ridge defeating Davis 42-7 here on KSLSports.com.